Very exciting. And there we are.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, we have a Domino's commercial. That's what we're going with today.
Ooh.
It's good.
Some delicious pizza.
Mm-hmm. And now some, I don't know what's going on in this commercial. Oh, it's Groupon.
Chip
There's just a bunch of hands dancing around.
Channel. Time for the stream. Lucky bat. Wait. Oh. I have this Vallejo Warlord Purple, which is like a magenta color, and boy, does it love to separate.
Mm.
I got a nice rock in there to help shake it up.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, you should get a vortex mixer.
Obviously. These stillness. What's up, Eons?
All right, great. And for the first half hour, we do just kind of a normal stream, and then at 9:30 is when we take the calls.
Yeah.
So we'll wait until then.
As you can see, I got all the skin pretty much done on these cultists. Right now, though, I'm going to glaze on just a little bit of green and magenta because I like them to look a little sickly.
Mm-hmm.
Mothma miniatures. Is it worse than Corax White, though? No, nothing is worse than Corax White. Yeah, Corax White is the absolute worst thing. It's just it likes to separate a little bit.
I'm pretty sure they just take like some drywall
Mm-hmm.
and just turn it into a paint. That's what they try to do.
Mm-hmm. Oops, I just ruined everything. I tried to pour a little bit of water onto my wet palette. Alright, there we go. Good.
Mm. ShipKip's amazing channel. Got my first Necrons / models and painted them up today. I even followed your Necron base tutorial for them.
Ooh. Neat.
My question is, what Necron base? We have a bunch of them.
I don't remember which video that is.
We do have a few of those bases.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even check. Did anything happen with Warhammer today? Did they release any models? Did they?
Let's see.
Should have been paying attention. They released a new orc, new Space Marine Lieutenant.
Oh, yeah,
maybe?
there's orc pre-orders.
Oh, cool for the stuff. All the stuff they showed off.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get a war rig?
I don't know. Let's see. You can get the $80 fancy codex or the $50 normal one.
I don't want either.
You can do the combat patrol box. Then you can have just the normal beast nagas or just the normal squig hog boys.
Not really interested in any of that stuff.
Yeah, and then there's the war bosses, the big old one and the skinny one.
Oh, cool! Those are available separately?
Yes.
Neat! I know a lot of people were speculating that they would not be available separately. That's cool.
And then
I like the big one though, yeah, in mega armor.
I mean, it looks like it's separately. I don't actually know. Because I'm on the Warhammer community website and it barely tells you anything. I'm sure it does in the words, but why would you read the words? I don't understand. Everything should be in infographics. And then it looks like they have that that weird orky building. That's pre-order. Cards, dice. Oh yeah, you can get a fancy poster, a T-shirt. Wow, it looks horrible. A book and a phone case. So what? What phone
put me
case are
down
you
for
gonna get?
all the phone cases.
All right, I'm clicking on the.
Do they have one for the iPhone SE?
All right, we're gonna see. iPhone
SE, because I'm not only a Games Workshop shill, I'm an Apple shill.
Is it the 2020 edition?
It must be, I think.
Well, that's the only edition that they have.
Good.
So if that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it. It looks like it works. It's not like all the cases look the same.
You ever been to a secondhand store or a Goodwill, and they just have like the phone case bin?
Yep.
With just 100 random phone cases.
Mm-hmm.
Dryzart, any more thoughts about Kill Team, or was the models memories all you had to say? Pretty much, I'm super excited. Can't wait to get some games in. It looks great. The rules look nice. I'm understanding people's frustration with list building, but if it makes the game better, I think that's fine. Because the list building was sometimes... Some armies had really good list building, some armies it was a pain in the butt, and then some armies were good. Like, I would say, like, Necrons were good. They had a nice, varied small number of options. For Space Marines, they had like 1,000 options, but they were all bad. And some armies had no options. So I like the new version. Andy Crimson, ahoy y'all. Just got done airbrushing the base coat on my Skitari Vanguard. They are a few spots to touch up, but they're right. But you're right on one thing, Jay. Silly Putty is great masking tape. It is. Yeah. Matthew Stone is almost bought Octarius today. Ooh, almost.
Almost. What stopped you?
Mm-hmm.
Also, this is kind of interesting. On the Warhammer merchandise websites, you can get 2 T-shirts for $30 if you use they have promo codes.
Mm-hmm.
You can get 4 T-shirts for $60, or you can get 2 hoodies for $80. I just think that's funny.
Yeah.
I want one of the Games Workshop I work there polos. That's what I want.
I would want that too.
But they don't sell those ones
for some reason.
Mm-hmm. Focus Fire Nerd, when are you gonna get a 3D printer, man?
I don't want
3D
one,
printer, man.
But Nick has like a dozen.
Oh, 5,000. I think I have 30,000 3D printers. They're a pain. They are cool though.
Mm-hmm.
Geez, I have a project that I'm working on that's a secret until in a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was pretty sure I had enough parts, and then I started building, and I was like, uh-oh, I don't have enough parts. And then I started printing, and then it failed. And it was my first fail in forever.
Huh.
And then I had to clean it, and then now it's fine.
But that's weird though, because 3D printing is the easiest thing. I don't understand how that would happen.
Mm-hmm. And it is easy. It's just time.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot of time. So if it's not your favorite thing to do, or let's just say, I don't know, I'm just gonna make something up, you're in a time crunch, and things have to go correctly. Sometimes that's a little worrying.
Insert JoJo reference here. Should I change my name to make it easier for Jay to say? Shane Reeves. I live in Portland, Oregon. You ever been to a Mox boarding house? Nope. Hi, Jay. AS. Hi, Jay. I am planning on getting into Necromunda. What are your thoughts on Necromunda? Looks badass, but I play so many games. But I own it. I bought the first box for Necromunda when it came out. I bought into the hype, and it looks like a super cool game. I read all the rules and stuff, but I just didn't have anyone to play with, and it was just play the games you already play or figure out this new thing. So I picked the games I already play.
Mm-hmm.
In Crimson, I couldn't find regular Silly Putty at any of the supermarkets near me, but one day at the hobby shop, they had Silly Putty at the cash register. Ah, neat.
That's a really good idea. Matthew Stoneless, I was buying paints, and since I'm almost done with all my ad mech, I didn't want to add even more models to do.
Makes sense.
Bah. It's kind of how I feel about it. And Zoomana, any recommendations for ready-to-play terrain?
Ready-to-play terrain, I have no idea. I know there's a Kickstarter that looks pretty cool. It's like pop-up terrain. I know there's MDF stuff that's pre-painted that looks pretty good. Other than that, I don't really know. I know there was one company I was looking at that I really wanted to be like, hi, can I have free stuff? Might still send an email. Who will see?
Yep. Yeah, terrain is one of those difficult things because it matters a lot and it doesn't. It matters more now than it used to, though, because there's a lot of terrain rules.
Yeah.
To kind of dick around with, but it does just feel kind of like scenery.
And it's not as much fun as buying models.
And, right. Well, also, like, we played games with, Pabst Blue Ribbon cans and, garbage, and it's been just as fun as playing it on the Kill Team board with all the painted terrain.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
George Jardo, konnichiwa, bitches.
Exactly. Matthew Cheeseman, Frontline Gaming has ready painted, not the quality of Games Workshop, and more expensive. Perfect.
Shane Reeves, what's your brand of 000 brushes? I only own one 000 brush. I might own two. I guess Army Painter doesn't do sizes, but I have a Da Vinci Maestro 00, which I like. Although I find that the size 1 is plenty small enough. I don't often go for the 00. Or there's also just regular 0, which I also think is plenty small enough. I also have Army Painter Insane Detail brush, which is kind of the same thought process, but just almost no bristles. And I don't like this as much. I've used this forever, and every now and then it comes in handy, but the problem with having almost no bristles is paint dries so fast. Whereas with this, you actually have a little bit of working time, because the bristles just hold a lot more moisture in paint. So yeah, I like Da Vinci Maestro. Army Painter works in a pinch.
Goopity goop, but how do I buy a Games Workshop official Pabst Blue Ribbon can? It's all the way in the back. You gotta go, you know how like there's the back, and then there's like a little door? Go in the door. And when they say, hey, don't go back there, keep going.
Oh yeah.
They're back there.
Yeah, just push right on through. And if they're like, I'm calling the cops, that's just, that doesn't mean anything.
Yep, that's just a lie. They're all empty, though, which is sad. There's nothing in them. But, yeah, it is what it is.
Oh, I watched more Warhammer Plus today. I watched the other episodes of Hammer and Bolter, and holy moly, they picked the worst one to show off. Really? I have a suspicion that they picked the orc one because the other two are like inappropriate for children. I mean, the orc one also has like an age restriction, but like the other two are about the Imperium, and they're very, very grim dark. They're really good. Really good. I liked the orc one, but these two are... I mean, I'm going to rewatch these two.
Interesting.
But yeah, if more Hammer and Bolter is this good, I mean, I'm down. There's a... let me spoil it because a lot of people aren't going to get to see it, and so screw Games Workshop. I'll just give a synopsis. But in one episode, it's a librarian. There's a library on Terra, and it's very like Orwellian. And so you see the library workers trudging back and forth, and their job is literally to count the books. And they're not allowed to speak, and they're not allowed to read, and they're not allowed to think. And there's like loudspeakers that just chant like, "You may not read. You may not think." And it's and this guy who's counting, every now and then he counts and there's books missing or there's books added. And he touches one of the added books, and then like the chaos gods start whispering to him. And you find out that there's actually like chaos has made their way onto Terra, and it's amazing. Super like creepy, very sinister. The animation actually works really well when there's not action. Yeah, it was really good. But like I could totally understand like if some kid watched it and then their mom sees over their shoulder and there's just this weird culty you know 1984 stuff going on. Like, what are you watching? Whereas the orc stuff is just, yeah, the orcs fight the guys. It's good.
Right.
And then the other one was about a inquisitor, and not a Caluxus assassin, the shapeshifty assassin, showing up to kill him. And that one I liked too. But yeah, that one, like, it starts out with him murdering an old man. Oh, little Johnny, what you watching on the Warhammer show? Oh yeah, the nice Inquisitor shot this old man in the face because he was a heretic. And then they burned the library. Because knowledge is bad.
Okay.
Can we go to the Warhammer store today? No, never again.
In fact, we're going to burn all your models.
Matthew Stonenuts, I just watched those today, and the Orc one was okay. Yeah, I agree the Orc one was okay. It's definitely the lesser of the three. I still liked it, but holy cow, were the other two good.
Interesting. I basically haven't seen any of them because of I only watched a little bit of the one that was released for free.
And Stonenuts, wildly inappropriate, and they do have a 15 up warning. Yeah, that's probably about right. Like, it's not like, you know, insane, but yeah, you probably shouldn't make it available for everyone on your platform that kids watch. Although it's I think it's interesting though, because a bunch of people put out videos about how lame it was. But oh my god, I would have loved to have seen an alternate world where they released the library one. Because it's very 40k. It's very 40k.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think if they released any of them, they would say that they were lame.
That's true.
Just unfortunately.
Yeah. I'm glazing some colors to give my guy's carapace a little bit of color. I feel like it makes it feel more like their body if there's some more colors than just blue.
Mm-hmm. Kelly hosing. How easy/hard is it to magnetize weapons on the ACOLYTE hybrids? They've got a bunch of weapon options.
Yeah, next to impossible. And they do have a frustrating number of weapon options. I would say a frag or a frag or gravity gun and a heavy mining laser. You can just, they look so close. You can probably just count one as the other. The stubber, which is probably the one you're going to go with, is a good pick. I just bought an obscene number of boxes, so I have like 4 mining lasers and 4 stubbers. So that's what I went with.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of the hand flamer versus the auto guns, I just count as, I glued on a bunch of hand flamers, but there's just no way.
Antonio, how are my favorite shills this lovely Saturday night?
Yeah.
And you were just shilling.
I was just
Isn't
chilling.
that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
You were just like, Warhammer Plus is the best. Everyone should get it. Only $6 a month?
I think,
holy cow, that's cheap.
I would say maybe in like a month or two, if you want to subscribe for one weekend, and then maybe 6 months after that, subscribe for another one weekend. I think that'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
And just watch it all.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, especially well, I think that's why they had all these deals and stuff at the beginning, because there's really no reason to subscribe right now.
No, yeah.
Because you could wait, and then you just have a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, you'd have more stuff if you waited. Yeah, they basically give you like the first 2 months free.
Yeah.
If you sign up right now and you get the voucher.
But you get like 3 or 4 months free.
That's true.
3 months.
Yeah.
$16.
Yeah.
You get $16 back. Well, not anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Last month. Matthew Stonelis, I watched the face painting masterclass, and you weren't lying, Jay. That's an incredible tutorial.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I liked it a lot.
It's really, really good.
Good old Louise. I hope Louise becomes a meme, like Duncan. She needs to come up with a catchphrase.
Mm-hmm.
It's Louise. It's me, Louise. I don't know. She'll come up with something.
Mm-hmm.
And she was on the new battle report.
Oh.
So it seems like they're kind of they're crossing between the different shows, which is kind of fun.
That is fun. They're crossing the streams.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that they're only going to do like normal, like 40k and Age of Sigmar? Do you think they're going to do Kill Team or
I bet they do all the
some
games.
of the other
Underpants, the other ones, Necromunda.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'd watch a Necromunda one just to figure out what that game is.
Yep.
It's like more of an RPG Kill Team.
Mm-hmm.
Which honestly, I think that Kill Team should be just considered an RPG. I don't think it should really be considered a balanced war game. I mean, yeah. I mean, I couldn't believe that there were tournaments for OG Kill Team.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. And we played it every week for a lot of weeks. But yeah, I don't know.
Although it's probably just a vocal minority, because all you hear about is competitive play. Because how would you hear about, Susie and Sarah had a game on Tuesday nights in their basement?
Right.
But you can definitely hear about how a bunch of people went to Florida for a tournament.
Mm-hmm. And they didn't even go to the beach once.
James Barber Johnson, are all the patrons your shills? Are we the shilliest to be shills for shills?
Mm-hmm.
Logan Hockley, I painted my gauge for Kill Team using the wet blending tutorial, and it turned out great. Neat. Do I have a wet blending tutorial?
Maybe the Warhammer Plus wet blending tutorial?
Ah, neat. Oh yeah, that's the one I haven't seen yet.
Mm-hmm.
It looks badass. Melonhead Burn, even though...
For a second, I thought they meant face. And then, so did it end up looking like a face?
Yeah.
The gauge?
Mm-hmm. I think the second one is some sort of like an Age of Sigmar shield.
Yeah, it is a shield. But I liked my joke in my head because I didn't pay attention better.
Melonhead Bernie, even though I'm not subbed to Warhammer Plus, those tutorials make me want to. Then think I'll stick with Squidmar vids for now, though. Yeah, probably let them pile up just a little bit, or find somebody with an account and see if you can see how many accounts can be open at the same time.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, do you think? I wonder, that'd be a fun thing to test.
Like how many
accounts can be playing content at the same time?
Oh, it's not like the website's designed well.
Yeah,
I'm sure
I bet everyone in the world
unlimited.
could be off of the same.
Yeah, easily. Danica Doom! Speaking of Kill Team, I got Octeris today as a gift, so big hype.
Ah, neat.
That's very exciting.
Kelly Hosing. I'm sad that the pandemic prevented Escalation/Crusade leagues at the edition launch. I was really looking forward to them after reading about them at the start of 8th. Yeah, 9th did launch like during the pandemic.
Yeah. It is unfortunate.
Daniel Bear, I hope you lads have lots of content in the next 2 weeks. Just got exposed to the Rona and have to isolate. Well, I can tell you we're going to have 3 YouTube videos a week and 10 hours of streaming.
Oh boy, you better believe it.
But it sounds like you better subscribe to the Patreon, because then you're going to get access to what? 20 archived Wet and Wild Patreon-only live streams?
I believe there's 44.
44! Holy cats! Listen to all that content.
Those ones, I'd be very interested to watch some of the first ones. Honestly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So what he's saying is drop your logins in the chat. Do it! Melonhead Bernie, do you guys prefer Milliput or green stuff? Both. They kind of do different things. Milliput dries rock hard, and so you can sand it or tap it. Green stuff dries kind of soft, and so it seems like green stuff is much better for organic shapes, but you can't really sand green stuff. So if you were making a robot, you'd probably use Milliput, or if you're making armor, you'd probably want to use Milliput, but if you want something curved or organic, then you do green stuff.
Matthew's don't listen. Jay said rock hard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Rock hard.
The end Milliput is water soluble, which is why I like it for gap filling, but green stuff is good for sculpting. Yeah.
I'm getting the community poll ready for the challenge, because we're almost at the end for this challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Then basically in a day, you have one more day to do the painting challenge on our Discord server. And a lot of good entries. Holy cats. JPC, get an airbrush. Plenty of time to learn and get comfortable.
Not a bad idea. Where's my heavy body acrylic?
Speaking of heavy body acrylic. Oh wait, 1 second. The end. What's the challenge and how do you join again? It's on the Discord server, and the link to the Discord server is in the description. And then we have a Eons of Challenges section. You can read the rules, and that tells you what the challenge rules are. And then you can do the challenge. And there's a bunch of examples of people doing it. But you only have a day, because it ends at midnight on Sunday. Well, technically, Monday morning.
Plenty of time.
Plenty of time. But on that note, it's a little after 9:30, so we're going to start in the call-in portion of the stream.
Yeah.
So if y'all want to raise some hands, we'll take some calls. And the first person, of course, we've talked to this person many, many times before. We're going to start with Flimbo the Dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Hello. Welcome.
I'm in the front this time, baby.
Yeah, you are.
So I was back at the line because I had to do things like taking a doo-doo.
Yeah.
But
I'm doing that right
is
now.
Redone. So we're all good to go.
That's perfect.
Nick last
will
from
wear
the
a diaper.
can.
I got my OJ, I got my celery sticks.
Nice.
Time for some Nah, I'm kidding. I got water though. That's all I have right now.
I've never been much for
like-
celery. Or celery
I
sticks.
haven't
I mean, I
either.
cook without celery, but I
Celery.
never really snack on celery.
Yeah, it's weird. Anyway.
Who does that?
Yeah, celery is disgusting. My mom's on the keto diet right now.
That's fun. So no celery for her.
Yeah. I don't know why I brought that up. It's because we're talking about vegetables.
I'm glad that I know that now.
Yeah.
I'm on my water diet.
Yeah, so now
It's
when I
why
meet your
only-
mom, we'll have something to talk about.
Exactly.
First sentence, keto diet. Mother, I'd like you to meet my friend Eon of J
Mm-hmm.
and Eon of other guy.
Other guy. That's offensive.
And you're just standing there in suspenders. and
The other guy is Midwinter Mini, because that's the other guy.
Oh. I get it. His name is Guy.
Mm-hmm. What if his name's actually like Bernard? It's just a nickname.
It probably
lying
is.
to us.
I wish
He
his
could
name
be a
was
Bernard.
Bernard.
You know, he
wish
could
his
be
name-
a Bernard.
Yep.
I
think he might have just outed him.
I wish his name was Guy, but he was a girl.
Ah,
Oh,
that's
that'd be
awesome.
awesome.
That'll be break the norms, people.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, back to the point. No more keto diets, no more moms.
Mm-hmm.
No more celery.
Yeah. So, do you guys get any advice for like metallic paint? Because my lead belcher was like being really grainy, and so when I was trying to paint my Orc Commandos, for some reason the metallics got all grainy, and somehow it's weird.
Yeah, I usually have really good success with lead belcher. It could be you need to shake it up more. It could be something has reacted to the metal and it's clumping. I've had that happen with some metal paints, but not not Games Workshop. I would just maybe add in some more water and shake it up real good. Is it really old, this paint?
I mean, I think I've had it for like... Oh yeah, it is old. It's definitely old.
That could be part of it.
I think I got it back in like November.
Well,
It's not that bad.
that's
Like,
not
I have
that
paint
bad.
that's
It should
years
work.
old.
Hey. Well, I might need to find a different... And I might need to like fix my Orc Commandos, because I don't know. they're coming out really grainy, and I feel weird about it. So
It might be possible, like maybe if you like pour it into a little cup, and then look at it, and then maybe add in a little bit of just paint, like matte medium or something, and stir it up real good.
Maybe.
That'll be a way to tell if the paint's just gone bad.
Mm-hmm.
maybe I feel like maybe I don't know. It's not just that. Maybe it's the primer I use because the primer was making weird grainies, and I managed to fix it for the most part. But at the same time, I was also like, why is it doing this?
Yeah, that could definitely be it. It seems like a lot of gray and white primers, especially rattle can primers, can definitely really easily put on a texture.
Yeah. Dang it! I might need to strip them because I don't know. I really wanted to. Yeah, I'm doing good. I have a water right there. That was my uncle.
Oh, why didn't he ask if you wanted any celery?
Is he on keto?
Yeah,
Is he on
wild.
keto?
I wish.
God, I'm dying.
Oh my god.
Is he in ketosis?
Just a reminder, y'all got like 2 more hours of this. So
I love it.
not me, but like
This is how every call should go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Talk about keto. Talk about your uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Just have other other random family members around. It's always fun.
But anyway, so I might need to strip the commandos because I wanted them to turn out real good. And, I don't know if they are. I do like the color scheme I picked, so maybe not. Maybe I'll just wake up and be like, no, this is fine. Maybe I'll get attached to them.
So
Yeah, definitely.
is it like
Maybe I'll glue myself to them. I don't know.
is it like grainy, like it's bumpy almost? Like there's like a texture to it?
Just a little bit, yeah. And that's not really what I want out of it. So that's kind of my prerogative.
I guess you
Yeah.
could take a drop of it and put it into water and see if there's particulates.
Maybe I can send a.
I've definitely had clumpiness happen with my Vallejo
That'll help
bone
visualize
whites.
it. Hold on. Jeez. Okay, hold on. I'm getting a photo.
My Vallejo bone
In
whites
the
like
chat.
cottage cheese.
That's
In the-
disgusting.
In the chat, Andrew Hegel, I have bolt gun metal from 1993, still works. So there you go.
Maybe it's me. Maybe he doesn't like me.
Wait, where did you post it?
Okay. So I sent it in the work in progress.
Ah, okay.
Oh, I see. I can see it on like
Yeah, I can see
the
it.
top of the gun.
I feel like that's
Yeah,
that's
what I don't like
underneath.
about it.
Because you can see the crunchiness on the purple too, and the blue.
Yeah.
I think it's the primer.
Oh, jeez.
What
I'm
primer
really
did you
excited
use?
for these. Maybe I got Mechanicus Standard Gray.
Sue. I think it looks really good though. I don't know if you need to
Yeah.
strip it. I think maybe
I mean, yeah.
just maybe a gloss varnish and a matte varnish would knock down the grittiness just a little bit, or just throw on some
Maybe.
rust and just like it's a feature.
Yeah. Oh, dude!
This looks
I
really
have
good.
I have the Army Painter. I have the Army Painter Flesh Wash, and that kind of creates an orange, kind of on metallics. So maybe I could just say like, oh yeah, he's just old. He's
Yeah.
an old feller. Maybe. Yeah, because I really like what I did with it, but I just
Yeah.
it's just it bothers me. Oh well.
Yeah. It looks really good.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Nick, you're my only friend. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're welcome.
Not me. I'm your mortal enemy.
Jay, you're like mid-tier enemy. You're like that one annoying kid in class. That's all you are.
I'm like the villain that the Scooby-Doo gang capture first before the real one.
Yeah, you're just kind of like,
Exactly.
I want my insurance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, spot on.
Why do they arrest them anyway? Just for like dressing up in a costume and scaring people?
Usually it was like land deals. Like they were trying to scare people off of land so they could develop it, which was weird.
It's like, oh, I want my like insurance from my roller coaster or whatever.
Yeah, it's
That
so
was, like,
weird
all of
because I mean, and that's like a kid's show. So
Yeah.
what? Do kids really understand the business arrangement? I never
Nick,
thought
I don't know
about that
what
until
you're
right now.
Nick, I don't know what you're talking about. When I was a wee 3-year-old and I saw Scooby-Doo, I understood like, oh, the tax law and the tax evasion. I understand this completely. This is truly the show for me.
Yeah,
And then I would always play with my Scooby-Doo toys exactly how that would work. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like how would this is like oh, looks like Mr. Dinkelman is trying to evade taxes again by dressing up as the boogeyman. Did you ever go to Mexico?
You wanted it for the lucrative tax rights.
Update.
Well, you're cracking up a little bit.
If that matters.
I didn't hear the whole part that mattered.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Flimbo! Flimbo! We can't hear you!
My only friend! Well, I think I'm gonna,
Yeah. Well, we got the good ketosis, and we got the primer thing all figured out.
That's true. Everyone put enough in the chat, please, for Flimbo the Day. And if we have time, we'll definitely have to come back to Flimbo. He's always fun. Move to audience. There we go.
Everyone's pressing F. Chicken eggs, we lost Flimbo!
Exactly. And speaking of losing Flimbo, shall we have another person? I'm gonna say yes. So, we have 2 Patreon members right here. So I'm gonna add a Patreon member, and I'm gonna add Matt.
Hey guys.
Hi!
Hello.
Hey, 2 things. One, Jay, dead on about that stuff, right? Like I was literally watching it right before you started your stream. I'm like, man, 15 years and up, really, for this? Second, on Flimbo, 100% humidity on that primer. So last week when I was priming my Scorpius with rattle can, I took it outside. It was a little bit humid, and I got that texture all over my and stuff. And it's just straight to base primer, but because of the humidity, it makes that texture.
Yep.
So,
Interesting.
that was all I had to say. You can kick me to the audience.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
All right. Awesome. All right. Here we go. Platypus Duke! You're going to be invited to speak. Hello.
Am I in here? Yeah, there
Hi!
it is. Nice. How's it going, gamers?
Good!
Dandy.
Oh man, I don't really have anything important to say. I'd just like to point out the rough texture to primer can be used because it makes dry brushing so much easier.
That is
And
true.
when I see it, if you can't notice anything wrong when you're looking at it from 5 feet away, it's a good model.
That's true. That is true. It did look fairly subtle.
That's where it is when you're playing it.
The only thing about harnessing the power of the texture is it's hard to pull it off. Because, yeah, humidity can cause that texture. Also, just heat can cause that texture.
Oh yeah,
I feel like it might be.
Some of my Skitarii are very crunchy because of that. Because I was priming them when it was 35 degrees outside. Celsius, not Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in freedom numbers.
I just did a video on how to paint a Wendigo, where I really showed off taking advantage of texture. And so there's a lot of different ways to get to texture.
Yeah, actually, I remember that video. You could have just, primed it when it was hot outside.
Yeah, there you go.
Makes sense.
Because I'm with you, Brainlets, every Patreon stream, I'm gonna let one of the freebies in.
Alright, that sounds good.
Alright, see ya, gamers.
Alright, see ya. That was awesome.
Haven't played a video game in a long time.
Flimbo the dude. Geez, my apologies, my phone died. Can I go ahead and get in line again? You can. Alright. Let's go with another person, and we're gonna go with Bobish192. Just say this might be a very special guest.
Oh, jeez.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. People I've never seen or heard of before.
Hello, Bobish. How's it going?
Yeah, I just had one question. When are you guys gonna have bat reps on the channel? That's all I want to know.
We've always had the idea. Well, we actually do have battle reports on the channel. In fact, it's possible Bobish is in one of them.
Please don't remind me. You know, the other person who was in the bat reps that you know, who was a long time ago, his girlfriend now constantly pokes fun at him for being in that one.
Nice!
That's awesome. So awesome.
Is it playing on a loop?
He's so young, because he's so young, and in her words, so cute.
Innocent, I would say.
Something like that.
Oh, that's awesome. We definitely want to do battle reports. We have some great ideas on how to do them, because I think all the current battle reports out there kind of suck, because I think these games are boring to watch. But we want to do narrative, like story-driven battle reports. But not until we hit a certain Patreon tier, because we need the support in order to.
That's very true.
Battle reports are a goddamn lot of work.
They are, and like we have to build up boards and stuff. We have to make sure everything's ready to go.
Maybe get
and it is a
camera. Risk. Yep.
It is a risk.
Because we don't know if people want battle reports from us. I mean, we know some people do, but if does like 100,000 people want battle reports, or like 8?
1 million? Maybe 1 million.
A million? Yeah.
I was brought in here exclusively to make you guys show your Patreon just a little more.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So Bobish, I don't know why, but I feel like you're into Legion. Have you gotten any Legion work done?
I was looking at more. I was looking at how to. I was going to paint up my Separatist first because B1s just are such a piece of cake. You just prime them and throw some tan on them and null oil, and you can call it done.
Did you watch Sarastro's video?
Yeah, I was actually confused by that. Like, with all of the Citadel paints, like, I get confused with, like, the whole, like, this is a layer paint. This is a contrast paint. This is a wash.
Yeah, it's all the same. I mean, the washes are different. Everything else is the same. There's some base paints that just have terrible coverage, and there's some shade paints that have really good coverage. It's just a shot in the dark with the Citadel.
Yeah, the base and layer I don't think really matters that much.
No.
It's all whatever.
Like, people always talk about, like, I mean, okay, if I have a genuine question here, like, people always, like, talk about how great contrast paint is. And, like, is there actually a difference there, or is it just a special kind of base paint?
No, it is. It's a very different thing. It kind of is a halfway between a wash paint and a regular paint. I like and dislike them. I have a bunch. I really like black and white. I find them very useful. Black is really good for like guns and boots, and white is really useful because white's a really hard color to paint. I don't love the other colors as much. They dry maybe just because I don't have a lot of experience with them, but they dry so fast. Because they feel like a wash, but then they just dry as fast as a regular paint. And so it's like, oh, you got to really slop that on and then work it around. But there's definitely uses for them. But I almost feel like I've seen better painters do incredible things with them, but I feel like amateur painters struggle with them.
Yeah.
Which is weird because they're kind of like they were made for amateur painters, but I feel like they're not that easy to work with.
Alright, well then I'll get some base and color from Vallejo or something.
Mm-hmm.
Normal paints.
You know, Army Painter's great. Vallejo's great. Games Workshop's fine.
I remember, I think Nick recommended that I get the Army Painter big box first. Just like get the, and I couldn't tell if that was serious now. 'Cause you just giggled at me. How dare you?
Army Painter's fine. Army Painter is a little bit glossier than other paint brands, which I don't prefer. But it's also cheaper than most paint brands, which is a nice selling point.
I prefer.
I wouldn't get the big old set because then you might be paying for paints you don't need.
Yeah.
Because they have that. What is it? A $20 box, and it has a bunch of paints in it, and it comes with one brush, which is pretty fun.
The Army Painter brushes are not bad.
They're not bad. You get one not bad brush.
Yeah.
Where would I even go to get like a good brush? Like,
I'll send you a link. I got a nice pack on Amazon. Just cheapies that are great.
I still need to get the Tamiya glue from
Tamiya.
Amazon.
Yeah, I found it at Ace Hardware's.
You did.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if all Ace Hardware's carry them, but in the model like cars and train section. But yeah, Amazon will have it too.
I went there. I didn't see it. I'll just have to look
Oh.
in some other place for it. Like, I don't know. The last models that I put together, I just used the super glue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, super glue gets the job done.
I didn't really want to think about it too hard. I just wanted to put the bottles on base and get them ready. But, I mean, the droids are, like, so easy with all of them, too. Because, like, the B1s are tan, the B2s are gray,
Mm-hmm.
the commandos are black.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's all really easy to go on. The other problem, the other army that I have with the Imperials is all white, which is which sucks.
You know what though? The Rebels are all. I'm finding that the Rebels are kind of. They're not frustrating to paint, but it's a lot of green or beige or gray cloth. So even though the white is like not the world's most fun thing to paint, it paints up quick.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna have to experience that when you start actually painting up your stormtroopers more and get more.
Yep.
I mean, even with I've been looking at my Imperial Guard stuff too again. I think if I had to do that again, I would keep the gray and black paint scheme, but then go with the blue tertiary color instead of red, just to be different.
I may or may not have just painted some Imperial Guard miniatures from no new game in particular.
Yeah, you got the new what do you call it? Kill Team box came with Krieg, which like I wish they had done that in plastic a long time ago. I don't know why I don't know why the heck they didn't.
Because Cadia hadn't fallen.
Because they had to give Forge World more reasons to exist for some reason.
There's two reasons. There was Krieg and Titans, and now there's just Titans.
And the Titans are all warped resin. No one should get them.
Yep.
I'm the anti-shill.
Yeah. the anti-shill.
You should change your nickname on our Discord server to Anti-Shill. Anti-Shill. That'd be perfect.
I get a roll, anti-shill.
And you just you pop in and you just anti-shill people.
Stop buying Warhammer. It's not good.
Play Legion.
Mm-hmm. Legion is
Cheaper.
fun, though.
Better plastic.
No.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Game Legion models are still better, but I really like the game of Legion. And I mean, if you like Star Wars, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, that's the obvious draw to it. You want to see clones and droids and stormtroopers and
If you want to
whatever
see,
the heck rebels are.
if you want to see Luke Skywalker fight Count Poo Poo.
You wanted to see Padme Amidala somehow go up against General Grievous. Or
Padme
not
versus Leia.
Yeah, Padme versus Leia. There's a good fight.
Mm-hmm.
Or, what's the one we had a few weeks ago? Friggin'
Oh,
Jyn Erso
Erso versus General Grievous. And she won!
And she won.
To be fair, she some other stuff took some wounds off of Grievous, but she did the final blow.
He was rolling exceptionally poorly that day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a rough day.
I never missed so many red defense die rolls.
Mm-hmm. Man, can you imagine General Grievous and his 4 lightsabers versus Jyn and her stick?
The highlight of that game is still the fact that Grievous broke away from her and then just attacked a land speeder, Jyn, and a squad of rebels all
Yeah.
at once, and then died.
And then died. Which, thank goodness.
I gotta keep working on my AAT and figuring out how to actually make that work.
Neat.
Oh, speaking of the AAT, and speaking of painting, getting back to that, I need airbrush help with that, because that's definitely an airbrush job.
Yeah, we can make that happen.
Especially because I want to paint it in the Clone Wars paint screen with the blue and the white.
Mm-hmm. You know, there could be... I could... You know what? We'll talk. I have some ideas.
All right.
Random person I don't know.
Yeah, personally, we have no idea who they are.
All right. I'll leave it to other people now because I'm taking up too much time. But before I do, one last thing. Eric, or
What's up?
get the data sheets in order so we can play the new kill team tomorrow.
There
They
you
just came out. Oh, the we can't. I don't think we can play new kill team. I haven't looked at the rules since this weekend. Nick,
and
have
I
you
have
looked at
the
the
book,
rules?
but no, because I've been busy doing something else.
We've been busy.
We're busy. I promise you, we can. Not this weekend, next weekend, because life gets a lot easier after Wednesdays, especially this Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll play. I'm super pumped for new kill team. It looks like a great game, but I think we'll have to suffer through one more game of.
I want to see those Krieg in action. Ready. And what else came in the box? Was it orcs?
Or commandos. Which are pretty badass.
All right. I'll stop being embarrassing now. See ya.
All right. See ya. Wow. What an interesting guy.
Yeah.
And we have, that we have no idea who he is.
No.
That's pretty hilarious. Antonio, wait, I'm starting to think that they know each other. Arthur Ortega, I want the new kill team terrain.
It's dope. I was
cool.
working on it. It's so cool. And there's so much of it.
There's so much. It's a giant board. It's really, really, really cool.
It's a giant board, or you can it all keys together to become an orc fortress.
And it's so detailed, and every you can almost we're looking at it, and it's kind of silly, but you can imagine a little story of how they built this thing, which is kind of cute. But speaking of cute, shall we add another person?
Yeah.
All right, we are going to add Antonio Lopez. I invited you to speak. You gotta accept my invites. and then we can chat with you.
Colin Mark, it feels like I can't enjoy anything anymore. I just saw a video by Commissar Gamza that said that the new orc model sucks. I just want to play my crazy savage fungus monsters. That's all I want. You can enjoy anything you want. Don't listen to the negative naysayers.
I watched some of that video and I had to stop because it's so dumb.
I didn't watch any of it. I mean, the thumbnail's inappropriate.
I saw that thumbnail and I had to watch it. But I didn't get to the part where he mentioned it or if he ever did. But I think, I don't know, who cares about?
Yeah.
I don't know, and it seems like it's not working anymore because it was working for a while. He's getting like 80, 90,000 views a video. Now he's like getting 20. And he was killing it before, so I don't think it does work.
Yeah.
But I don't think Antonio Lopez is answering our call.
Maybe he's taking a piss.
So yeah, probably. So I'm gonna move on. Captain General Kitten. This will be the next person. Just invited you. You gotta accept my invites. Says that you're muted.
Was somebody talking about celery?
Nice!
Yeah.
Oh,
You like?
that
I
was
love
not
celery.
worth it.
Yeah, don't crack a tooth on that celery.
What's going on, fellas?
Not too much. I'm painting some
Nothing
green.
much.
Sorry, I'm suffering the backlashes of biting into a whole stick of celery right now.
That's how they do in movies and stuff when they need a broken bone sound effect. That's how they do it. Is they someone bites down on celery, and then the sound of that noise coming through someone's cheek is the noise of a bone breaking in someone's leg.
God, I do not
yeah.
wish that on my worst enemy. That was horrible. Ugh.
What's up? What's up with you? Besides celery.
Night Lords and Space Sharks. That's what's up
neat.
with me. Yeah. Contrast is my best friend.
So is the
What's going on
Carcharodons your loyalist army, and then Night Lords is your chaos army?
Yes, so see about that I have I have like 5 different armies, so it all kind of revolves around those two.
I think, one thing I do think Games Workshop has changed over the years is I do think that they're trying to get people to collect more different armies as opposed to one enormous one, which I think that's a good change. Because I think it's more fun to have a bunch of armies to pick from than just a lot of variety of one.
That's why I like Kill Team.
Yeah.
You collect a little bit of everything.
Exactly. I can't justify an entire army, but I can justify just one box of guys. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Even though I've read the rule book and I don't understand nothing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It do be like that.
It is. Yeah. Like you almost have to be a little bit of a lawyer sometimes. The way
Exactly.
things are stated.
Exactly. Got like 3 paragraphs explaining on how to roll a dice. How to measure 3 inches.
And how to measure square, rectangle. Circle.
Exactly. Oh my god, I hate that. like, whose idea was that? It just makes no sense.
Yeah, the only thing I can figure is maybe it makes it easier for other languages because you can make one template and then square is pretty universal, triangles universal. But that still barely makes any sense though.
Yeah.
Don't you think 1, 2, 3 is pretty universal?
No.
Don't most languages have that?
That's true.
Nope. Fake news.
It's very interesting. Fake news.
Ooh. I thought I'd have more to talk about, but it's pretty weird.
Well, we do this every first Saturday of the month, so you're always welcome to come back.
Alright, I love you guys.
I love you more.
If you had to pick one Xenos before you go, if you had to pick one Xenos army, which one would it be?
Oh man. I hate orcs.
Okay. Well, I'm still.
Hang up on him. Hang up on him.
Yeah, Nick. Take that, pal. One Xenos. It's either Tyranids or Necrons.
Yeah, those are solid. I like the Necrons. I have 5,000 points of Necrons.
If I were to do Tyranids, though, it'd be like a 90s color schemes, just the bright, nasty colors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Necrons, I already have a few. They're okay.
Neat.
Got like a bronze man.
Oh, I like the bronze.
Let me see if I can't find the photo. Well, I'll post this in the work in progress, and I'll see you guys later.
All right,
Neat.
that sounds good.
All right, bye, guys.
See
ya. Antonio, no, I did not know how to accept the invite. I clicked every button.
Oh, no.
Well, I see you're back. I see you're back in there, so we'll go with you again. With Antonio Lopez, I invited you. You got to accept my invite. Hello.
Oh, God.
Hi.
You did it.
I'm sorry. That was such a boomer move on my part.
No, it's no big deal.
It's all good.
I got excited. I heard my name and I was like, "Hey, that's me!" And I clicked every button and nothing happened. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
How are you doing? Hello, beautiful shields.
Yeah, shilling all day, all night. It's hard work
All
shilling.
day. Oh yeah.
I was hearing Rubbish talk about Legion. He mentioned the plastic quality was better than Games Workshop, and I saw Jay's eyes immediately turn red and went, "No, wait, no, that's not true."
I mean, their
And I just
new
thought,
their new hard plastics are miles ahead of their PVC, and their PVC wasn't bad. But yeah, I mean, it's no Games Workshop yet. I mean, with like Chaos Kits, you could like cut yourself on a G-Dub plastic.
well done, Jay. That check is coming up next month.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, we need it. Running low.
I wanted to continue Flimbo's diet talk, and I wanted to brag about me being 4 months into the kiwi diet.
The kiwi? Like
Kiwi?
fruits?
Yes, I can eat anything except kiwi.
Wait, anything except kiwi.
Yes, I'm killing it.
Ah,
yeah,
nice. How
There you
how
go.
long since you've had a kiwi?
Actually, I just cheated today. So I
Oh
also
no!
Why would you lie to us?
No, I'm actually. I don't need. I'm very lucky. I don't need the diet because I'm actually very skinny, even though I eat a lot. So eventually, when I do go fat, I will not be able to go like, "Oh God, why?" I'll be like, "Well, I know exactly why. I got a free pass for many years."
I understand the feeling.
I don't.
But I'll still complain about it. I'll still complain about it. It's just like I complain about minis not being painted. I'm like, why are they not painted? I've thought about painting them all week and I've not painted them. How are they not painted already?
Yeah, it's like, don't I get any effort for the thought? Because they say it's the thought that
Exactly.
counts.
Right.
Exactly. But my minis did not get the memo. It's probably also because I put it very hard on myself. I'm just entering the hobby, by the way. I'm like newish. This year was my first year of miniature painting.
Ah, neat.
And I chose Tau, which are very small. I
Alright,
chose
hang
white
up on him.
as my primary color. And I chose Army Painter paints, and I have one brush. So, yes, I every time I think about it, I just hear the miniature laugh at me. It's like, come on, go ahead, try it.
Yeah, Tau look really good in white, though. Are you doing white and red?
Yeah, they do look very, very neat.
I
I've been
think
trying to paint in red too.
we talked to you about these Tau before, right?
Yes, that is
Yeah.
true. I did not know how to panel light them, and I was
Yes.
getting
Oh, yeah.
great Taus. And Jay gave me that awesome tip about putting water and then letting the wash seep in, which is really good. Except that, again, since I'm starting, I did not thinned all my paints, so some of the crevices are not deep enough for that to work. And then there I have to do it manually. Which sucks, but you know, it's the process of learning. I enjoy painting still. It's just sometimes demoralizing. It's like, God, this is so cool. I hate it, but it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, like you said, I'm trying red. It's just, again, it's kind of like a pride thing. I can hear the model laugh at me and be like, so you went to a easier color, I see. It's okay. The models, like my ancestors, are looking upon me from the skies and they smile. Can you say the same thing from yours?
Some talkative minis.
So yes, exactly. That's where we are at now in the pandemic. I'm talking with the minis.
Yeah, there you go.
I had a question. I just recently purchased, well, not recently, but I'm gonna pretend recently, the Stargrave rulebook, and I wanted to ask if you know of any cool third-party, semi-cheap sci-fi miniatures that would go well with that agnostic miniature game.
Yeah. Well, there's I don't know about, there's Anvil Industry makes like sci-fi tech soldiers. They have a lot of miniatures in that look like that. Other science fiction-y third party, I don't know.
Someone recommended me the Warcaster ones, but I think they did not hear when I said cheap.
Yeah.
Because those are not cheap.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of sci-fi. I mostly just use like the normal stuff. I don't do a lot of proxying. Ooh, Josh Potter says North Star Miniatures. It's probably one to check out.
Yes. In fact, the official figures are from North Star Miniatures also.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
a problem. Like I had the book and I felt so free, and I was like, yes, now I can use any miniatures like and you know, I was just I hit the wall. I did not know which miniatures to use.
I mean, you could always go to Etsy. Etsy will have everything.
Yes, that is true. Unfortunately, I live in Mexico, and Etsy has insane shipping prices for Mexico. Yes, so it's every single time someone tells me that, I just shed a tear, and I'm like, I know.
Well, you might be able to go to like you might be able to go to Etsy to shop, and then like when you find like a cool 3D printable mini or something, you copy the name of whoever makes the STL, and then go there, get the STL for like a couple of dollars, and then maybe have it 3D printed locally or something.
I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah. The other thing is I think you could go to Pashpile. Remember they were a sponsor of one of our videos a while ago. I don't know about the shipping though. But I remember the shipping was pretty reasonable.
It was.
So, but it might not be reasonable to Mexico. I'm not exactly sure. But he sponsored the Big Dwarf video. So maybe look at Pashpile and see. And if you use the promo code EOB Rocks, you get some money off too.
Yeah.
So.
All right, we'll look into that also. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, no problem.
Neat.
Thank you two for your advice. Also, thank you, Jay in particular. Or I don't know if Nick was also a fan, but of the horror channels that you mentioned in your Wendigo video. You know, I'm saying thank you now. That day at night, I was not saying thank you. Damn it, Jay.
Yeah, good old. Did you like McCreeps or Creeps McPasta, or did you look at the other two?
No, I've heard the stories of Creep McPasta, and yes, but like I said, I usually have free time at night. So that was not a good combination.
Yeah.
But still, thank you.
And I'll plug at the very end of the video. I plugged 2 more channels, and I'll plug them again. But Local 58 and oh god, I'm not gonna think of the other. Gemini Home Entertainment. Yeah, after the stream, everybody look up Local 58 and Gemini Home Entertainment.
Gemini Home Entertainment is the one that has like 3D animations, right?
I don't think either of them did.
It's
Gemini
the one
has
that doesn't have 3D animations, right?
Gemini Home Entertainment did have one episode that had some animation in it.
All right, I might be misremembering, but yeah, I'll also look into them. Very cool stuff.
So
love
scary
stories.
stories.
I just wanted to before I leave, I just wanted to ask, why dislikes and who's Nick? Okay.
Every stream we need those questions.
Yep. Honestly, we should just put those questions up with the answers. Like a little scene or something.
I like just having the questions up. Who's this Nick guy?
I like sometimes just asking, just to feel alive. Like, why do you dislike this, guys? Well, thank you very much, guys, for the help.
Right.
And yeah, I hope next time I call, I won't be complaining about white paint as much.
All right, that sounds good. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Colin Mark, love those videos. Love me some analog horror. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Juice, what's up? Hi.
Joe from Delhi. It's about 20-30 pounds from Pashpile, I believe, working on a deal myself. Interesting. Speaking of that,
I know some people the shipping quote generated seemed wrong, but then they emailed Pashspiel and they worked something out. So feel free to shoot them an email too. You never know.
Exactly. Make sure you use that promo code.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good. I think it's good until the end of this month. I'm not 100% sure.
I should use it.
But yeah. Yeah. Well, I bet if you messaged him, maybe you could get him you could get some stuff. But on that note, let's add another person. We're gonna add Marriott. Invite to speak. You gotta accept my invites, and then we can.
Hi Jay, another guy.
Hello, I'm the other guy.
Long-time fan, first-time speak. I just want to come out stay straight for the gate for Antonio. If you ever get better with your paints, if you want to repaint your towels, a great product to check out is called ELO Paint Thinner and Remover. Echo Lima October. It's like $18-20 USD for 8 ounces, but it works instantly, and it strips everything off.
Interesting.
And for the powdery looking primer, I'm from Texas, so I picked up a lot of these tricks. Is just once it's dry, just gently use a toothbrush and see if you can get some of the little bits off, because sometimes the beads will come up in the paint.
That's not a bad idea.
Just a soft toothbrush, gently rubbing around circular.
I wanted your toothbrush.
Yeah, and then brush your teeth right after.
I have accidentally used my toothbrush for the ELO stuff. I usually do it in my bathroom because I have a big sink in there, and I don't want it splashing around. And I have accidentally put my work toothbrush in my mouth. So make sure to do it somewhere where you're not going to do that. And I like to say, you guys were talking about the Osar Gamza guy. Usually he has good videos.
No, he doesn't. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
The orc video was extremely stupid. The models are great. If it's the paint, that's your own preference. Sure, yeah, they're orcs. It's white. I personally like the orc a bit darker, a little bit grittier. But it's it's preference, Some people like it, some people don't.
I watched 10 minutes of the video. All he does is complain about the paint job.
You got 10 minutes in.
You can change your paint job. Exactly.
You can do whatever you want.
That's the beauty about painting it. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's not like Primaris where they're slowly going from 40k to more of a Halo vibe or a Planet Side vibe, where it's just more futuristic.
And Jay, the reason why I watched 10 minutes of it is because I was doing something and I couldn't turn it off. I had gloves on.
Okay. Oh no, you were trapped. Oh, that sounds pretty brutal.
That's why you got to train your feet like an ape, so you can just.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm wearing my slippers though.
Siri, close YouTube app.
Worst case scenario, just chuck your phone on the floor, hope it breaks. Don't have to listen to it anymore. But I just wanted to say I'm a big fan of you guys.
Nice.
I like your videos. I especially enjoy Jay's Templar videos when he painted the retro OG Marines from 2003.
Yeah. A lot of people in the comments told me that those are from even earlier. The box I purchased was from 2003.
Yeah, you bought those from 2003. They used to have those guys in pewter. They even had the what is it? Space Wolf's Strike Claw, whatever the hell they're called, the heavy weapons team.
Mhm.
They had them exactly the same pose, all that stuff. I mean, those just the style itself is older. I think mid '90s. So, but they're old, but it was a great video nonetheless. And I always enjoy seeing that stuff, and I hope to see more from you.
Oh yeah, there'll be more retro. There'll be plenty more Warhammer, plenty more Space Marines. Just more everything.
Oh yeah. And I'd personally like to get your opinion and advice on some stuff. I am a big Nurgle guy. Painting Death Guard. I currently have like Mortarion, 2 squads of Terminators, and a ton of Marines just sitting in my glass case waiting for me to finish up my army. And I'm working on a Rhino. And I have been buying bells from Skaven kits everywhere, shaking down the Great Horned Rat iconography, and I want to post them on kind of a giant horn, just holding them up like a bone growth, and I wanted to know if you had any advice for that.
Lots of plastic glue. So super glue and baking soda is really good for building up material to glue things down to. But yeah, that seems pretty solid. I mean, Skaven are very Nurgly, and Nurgle is very Nurgly.
I don't know about that one.
Nurgle is Nurgly. I don't know about that.
That's a hot take, I would say.
Controversial there. Alright, well, thank you very much. That's pretty much all I have to say. It's just, glue for the glue gods.
The glue gods.
I just wanted to say again, enjoy your guys' content, enjoy your streams, enjoy watching your videos, especially your Black Templar stuff. Other guy, I'm sure you're doing some great stuff too. And that'll be pretty much it.
I love the idea with the bells. I love when people add a little something special to their armies.
Oh yeah, I like the bells. The biggest pain is finding them. I mean, I've bought maybe 3 of the Skaven Doom Bell spells. The Bell of Dooms, and then a buddy tells me that the Nurgle's champion, what is it? The Great and Clean one has a bell that nobody ever uses because they want to use his sword and his flail.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes, I mean, like the price of 1 bell I found on eBay, somebody's selling 2 of the bells. So.
Bells are us.
Bells are us, yeah. But that's pretty much it. I'll hand it over to one of the other guys. Hope you guys have a great stream, and hope to see more from y'all.
Neat.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for calling in.
USA Libertarian. Nick is a person, and his name is Anakin.
I love that. I hope this is a continuation. The rest of this. Very, very fun. Yeah. All right. Share add another person. Okay. we are going to add Chukka, who's a Patreon member. Hello.
Well, hello. The SOB's EOB.
The SOB-EOB. Exactly.
Hey guys, I just wanted to say hi, and I'm on Patreon, and I'm on this platform, and on YouTube I'm George Guajardo. You guys
yes,
my name, but hey, I just wanted to see if you had to guess what's going to be the next Christmas box. What's happening in a couple of months?
Oh, the Christmas boxes? Well, we've gotten Tyranid, Space Marine, Genestealer, Cult, AdMech. I bet there's not gonna be an Orc box because they're going hard. They've been going hard on the Orcs. I bet we get a Chaos box, a Space Marine box, and a Sisters box. And if there's a Sisters box, I'm gonna buy it.
A Space Marines box? Oh, they didn't do one last year, did they?
They didn't do a Space Marine box last year? That's hard to believe.
I got the Imperial Guard and I got the Tau, but I don't remember if they did an Imperial the Space Marines. But they kind of have to do Space Marines, don't they?
Yeah, I would. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I would have guessed there was a Space Marine box every year.
Yeah. All right.
They did.
I just wanted to say hi and ask you a stupid question so that other people can hear me ramble.
Neat.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good one.
All right.
Oh,
See ya.
I hope they do a sisters box with a bunch of the walkers.
Yeah, that'd be good. Well, the Gloomspike kits that I have are from one of those Christmas boxes.
That's true.
That's what that is. And a little pro tip, by the way, if sometimes this happens, sometimes it doesn't. You probably should just buy it when you see it because you get a good deal. But you could buy it from someone after the fact if they're selling it around January because they need money. That's what I did. And they sell it for a lot less because they're desperate. And so you get an insane deal. So not only do you get, you can get, because I think you get maybe $100 off, couple $100 off.
Yeah, you get a couple of things in the box for free, essentially.
Yeah, you can, if you wait a little bit and people are poor or something and you're praying for it, then you can usually get the boxes for even cheaper later.
One person's misfortune is another person's Christmas.
Yeah, and that's what I always like to do when I'm buying something from somebody is I like to ask why they're selling it. That's always kind of fun. And sometimes it's kind of sad, though.
Yeah. Although that's also a really smart tactic to make sure that they're not trying to scam you.
Yep, that's why I do it.
Yeah.
It's just to, create almost like a little relationship. And that usually works out pretty well. But yeah, because I was like, I don't have enough money to continue this project, and I don't have any friends to play the game with, so I don't know why I bought it. I was like, oh.
All right, so PayPal's okay?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how it went. But now I have them, and they're all put together and not based and all that kind of stuff and painted. All right. Is that another person? Let's continue on with Flimbo the Dude, since he is in the line. He's next.
Hola, primo.
Hello.
Hola.
I'm back.
Is your phone charged now? Are you charging? Is your phone in keto now?
Yeah, my phone's on keto. It's at 16 keto.
Or are you squatting 2 feet next to an outlet?
I could, but it'd be some good exercise. But anyway, before the inevitable passing and then rebirth of my phone, I was gonna give you all an update on my orcs. My little green fellers. So I was working on the orc commandos, and other than the metal debacle, I think I figured out a color scheme for at least the Mexican part of them. And of course, on more open parts, I'm gonna try to put more freehand of little quilt designs, because Mexicans love their quilt designs for some reason. So I'm gonna try to do that, and but I've also been thinking of getting more into the freebooters.
Oh, I know
the pirate guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because I forgot how much I love Pirates of the Caribbean.
Some of the best.
Yeah, those 3 movies are really good.
All 3 of them are great.
All 3, definitely not 7 movies. No, I legitimately love all of them. I think.
All right, you're kicked out. All
right,
see ya.
No, I think maybe this is the problem with me though. That's yeah. So I've been thinking about that, the orc stuff when on pre-order day, the beast snaggers. I will get a Zogrod wart snagger. I don't care if anyone says.
I don't even know about Zogrod Snick Snack.
Zogrod.
It's the guy with the hook, right?
Blue hair.
Oh, he's new. Yeah.
He's from the 90s, but then they redid him to make him really interesting.
Yeah, neat.
Yeah, he's and I posted it on my Instagram story, and I'm getting it, and then I checked the views. Every single one of them are my friends, and none of them know what I'm talking about. and it's just and so I feel like they're just really confused when they just see the word green guy.
A sniggity snoggity zingity zoggity? What is that even?
What is this green man? What are you referring to? What is a zonk bonk balonka donk? What's weird is his name's Zogrod, but Zog in orc language is the F word.
That makes sense though.
Yeah, I mean, no one likes him.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about it. I'm fine. Yeah.
Just in a corner talking by yourself, and everyone's worried about you.
I'm fine. I don't need water.
You need celery?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not fine. Yeah. So I checked with my friends to see what they thought about the metal thing, because I'm mostly doing it for like their appeal, and they're like, looks fine. And I was like, are you sure? And they're like, yeah.
How cool is this? Yeah, it's all right. And then that's all you get.
It's literally all they do.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, once in a while I'll get like, oh, that's really cool, and I'm like, thank you, and then that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened
that movie was so amazing, right? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. You get one of those.
Yeah, I mean, I have friends who like are like opinionative, but like they don't say their opinions. So like, I went over to my friend Kang's house, and we were watching like, I feel like we were watching like American Dad or something. It was really stupid. Like, so first we played Kill Team, and then we just sat down and watched like Family Guy or American Dad or something. And the whole time, my brain was like, "Is he enjoying this? Is this stupid? Did I force him to watch Family Guy?" And then I checked like, "What do you think of the episode?" And he said, "I love it." But he had not been talking the entire time. And so I was like, he probably hates this. And then I say like, "What do you think?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I love Family Guy so much.
I found it humorous.
This is a good show with a good man in it."
It is funny. Ha 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 ha. Hee
He, that friend has like the worst grasp on the rules. So like, but like we have like the most fun. I have like the most fun playing against him, even though he has barely any grasp on the rules.
I mean, that's always how it is.
Yeah, so I'm always like, okay, you gotta roll to hit now. And he's like, I gotta roll to what? In like a really funny voice. And it's like, you gotta see if the gun hit the guy. And he's like, oh, okay, I can do that. And then he misses all of them. Silly man. What's not silly about it is, so at my school, my friend Nolan's trying to start a tabletop club, mostly because he wants to play Pokemon, but that's alright, because I like Pokemon. And he said, Marcy, since you know about that war thing, you can you can govern that part of it. And I'm like, cool. And so so we started a Discord server, and when he joined everyone, just meet everybody. And so I was like, check, and I was just like, oh, and so I was like, this is the Warhammer chat. This is where you go if you got questions or like if you want to play or something.
That, you know what? If clubs at my school had Discord, I mean, it wasn't a thing, but yeah, because I was a big part of the film. I was the film club, and I just had to go track people down and tell their face to be like, hey, we're watching Ratatouille after school in room 14B.
Jay, I imagine you like running at people like in the hallway, like,
and no one showed up because you screamed at them.
They're like, no, please.
I don't want to watch Ratatouille.
He's like, you're watching it. He drags them out through the hallway. They're like kicking and screaming, and like they're dragging their nails across the floor. No, anything but that. No more Patton Oswald rat. Patton Oswald. Anyway,
Patton Oswald.
That's what the movie should have been called.
Yeah, I like it.
Anyway, so he is my friend Nolan, who started the club. He's a really nice guy. He just has really shitty friends. And so the guy who's like doing like the Magic the Gathering part of it, he has a really big ego, and he acts like he's better than everyone.
Yeah, because he plays Magic.
So, yeah.
Can you do an impression of him?
He's like, hey guys. Like, what you doing there? What you doing there? It's like, I'm eating my breakfast, dude.
There we go. I like it.
What are you doing all alone? my homework. All right.
This all checks
You're
out.
not governing me. Yeah, you don't own me. I don't. What? Anyway, so I was like, "This is the Warhammer chat," and he starts off the bat, and he's just like, "So what is this anyway?" And it's like, "Oh, it's a war game where you play it as like a bunch of just little things. And you have an army." And he's like, "Okay, is there any like zombie armies?" I was like, "I mean, I guess you can play Poxwalkers," and I think he said, "What's the army I can play to annoy people the most?" And I was like, "I'm gonna strangle you," but I didn't want to start a conflict because my friend Nolan, he's a really friendly guy, and if I start something, I don't want him to be sad. So I went along with it, and I was like,
"Tau."
Dude, I kind of like led him astray a little bit. I kind of said like, "Oh yeah, taking only Poxwalkers is definitely a good idea. Taking only Poxwalkers is the best idea. No shooting, the worst weapon possible, extremely slow, perfect. Literally not good for anything but objectives, perfect." But he was just kind of, and then I said like, "Okay, yeah, you can paint them any color," and he's like, "You gotta paint these," and it's like, yeah. It's just like, I don't have time for that. It's just like, yeah, no one's telling you to do anything. I'm not. So basically, he's just like, is there any armies where they're on a quest for God? And I was like, okay, Pasture. I don't know what you want to do with that, but
I guess the entire Imperium.
And I kind of said like, oh, you could do Dark Angels, and he's like, they're green. I don't like them. And I was like, okay, don't play them then. And he was interested in Admech, and so he's like, what do the Admech do? And I'm like, oh, they worship the machine god, and they have a lot of like laser guns and shit. And he's like, so if I play them, I can eradicate your people off the board. And I'm like, you can try. You can definitely go ahead and get. And he said like, I've never lost a dice roll in my life.
Oh my goodness.
You can't really lose one, dog.
Everyone in the chat is upset at this guy.
Everyone,
by the way.
Oh, dude, thank you.
Like that's like every time I've rolled a dice, it rolled something.
It's like, I've rolled a 6. It's like, that's gonna go great for you in the morale phase, pal.
Yeah.
Hold on, I can pull up the chat on this guy. Hold on, I can read out the chat here. Okay, so in the middle of the Warhammer chat, he starts talking about Magic the Gathering, which is, he has his own chat for that, so it annoys me. Why did he do that?
A few minutes had gone by without a Magic the Gathering reference, so he didn't know what to do.
Yeah,
so he reverted back to what he knew.
Conversation with that. He literally started the conversation with that. Okay, so here's the thing. Is there a divine army I can take control of? I don't know why he's saying take control. Just say play the game, dog. And I'm like, divine? And he says, divine, angel, and crusaders worship a god. Oh god, here he goes. Start talking about magic for a paragraph. Jesus Christ. And I'm like, you want to play angels? And I said, oh yeah, the Dark Angels. And he's like, they're green. Do you play those? Because, I don't know, I said I liked the color green. And I'm like, no.
Green is not a creative color.
Yeah, fuck you, Jay.
Somebody in chat will get the reference.
Yeah, no, Jay, I'm kidding. I've just been told that so many times. I'm just messing with you, dog. I love you. But, so anyway, he's like, and then he asked, do any of these armies have differences in the gameplay? And I'm like, yeah, pretty much. And he's like, what do the lame vampires do? Because I brought up the Blood Angels. And he considered them lame vampires.
Yeah.
And he's like, and I'd like, oh, they like melee combat. Dark Angels like lasers. Adeptus Mechanicus have shooties. And he's like, so I can rain bullet hell on your tin cans and watch them die. And it's like, you can try. You can try, buddy.
I think you should tell him. Really, this game plays best at 2,000 points. So let's plan on that being the first game.
I haven't I haven't told him the prices of these.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, you don't even.
Well, no, he says like, I want to become the master of all tabletop games. I must play the best army.
Well, there you
go. And he's just like, okay, so the best thing you want to do is take only poxwalkers. Take only 30 billion poxwalkers. It will surely grant you victory.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, what army are they part of? I'm like, oh, they're part of the Death Guard. I play them. And he's like, cool, you can team with me. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. I am staying as far away as possible from you. And I don't know. He's just like, okay, hold on. Here's the thing. So I say, I mean, if you're good at rolling dice, then maybe. He's like, oh, the entire game is based on dice rolling. If so, easy, I win. And he says, I've never lost a dice roll. That's the exact quote he said.
I've never lost a dice roll.
I mean, go to Vegas. I mean, I don't understand why is he.
Yeah,
why is he doing?
Go to Vegas.
Yeah, go to Vegas, make $1 million, and then you can afford one Warhammer army.
Yeah.
And I said, you really can't lose, I suppose. And he's like, in fact, anything luck based is mine.
Anything luck based is mine. I love that that he acknowledges it's luck based, because you'd think like, oh, if he might be one of those people who thinks he can force a roll, like he can perfectly roll dice, but he's like, no, I'm just really lucky.
And he got mad that there's a meta. He got mad, and I said, like, oh yeah, the Adeptus Mechanicus aren't really that bad. The meta's constantly changing though, so it might change. And he's like, of course there's a meta. Magic the Gathering doesn't have a meta.
Magic the Gathering has so much meta.
And he's like, any card is usable. It's just like, yeah, it's a card game, I'd assume. He got mad that you had to paint these. He's like, I don't have time to paint these figures, and it's like, that's your problem.
Too busy
Holmes.
winning.
I'm too busy being better than you, actually. You want to know a description of what this guy looks like? Because I've seen him in person.
I'm right. I have a picture in my head, and I'm sure I'm right.
He's a skinny white dude.
Yep.
Curly hair, man bun, glasses.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He wears he tries to look cool in his jacket by like constantly flipping it around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see. It. What kind of a jacket is it?
I think he has a
couple different ones.
He has a couple different ones, but they all look equally as stupid.
Are they North Face?
I think so. He wears sunglasses indoors.
Nice.
Oh. I like it.
And it's like, you're gonna bump into a wall, Holmes. Don't be doing that. But yeah, I'm not on the YouTube chat right now. I can probably hop on after I get off this. But I'm glad everyone's getting upset at this guy.
Yeah, everyone hates him. Just so you know.
I like USA Libertarian's description. I picture Newman from Seinfeld if Newman was skinny.
He is though. But yeah, he says so he wants to paint his AdMech purple, and it's like, okay, you can do that. Just just don't. And he's like, this is why I play undead hordes. I don't need to worry about their feelings. And it's like, what are you talking about? They're plastic.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't need to worry about cannon fodder. They're stupid. And it's like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. I never expected you to have a moral compass, but okay. And then he convinces my friend Miles. He's the guy who plays Thousand Suns. He says, Miles, can you play Magic the Gathering with me? and Miles is like, okay, sure. Because Miles doesn't really care that much. I can tell by the tone of Miles. I haven't known him for a while. I know that he does not care one bit. He'll say, interesting, and okay, I'll look into that.
This guy's gonna love Gamza videos.
So yeah.
Yeah, send him in that direction. I would say.
Yeah. So
But yeah,
I'm.
jeez.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry for pissing everyone off, but
So good. I'm glad to know that there's still people like that around. I mean,
Yeah.
I knew that there was.
It's
I'm on
heartwarming.
YouTube, but
I mean,
yeah,
if
it
the
is. It's fun. It's
when
fun
the-
to get
when the-
a homegrown story.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the game club starts, which is like Thursday, I guess I'll bring in Kill Team with like the rulebook and stuff, and me and my friends will play, and I guess he'll be in the corner with his friends playing Magic and yelling. Because I heard from Nolan that he loves to yell while playing that game, which is really surprising because he said that he constantly wins. So I don't know why he would be yelling.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's almost as if he's lying. Oh yeah, here's the worst thing he told me. He made up a lie that said he funds the club so he can ban Warhammer if he wanted to,
What?
Ooh.
which he does
Wait.
not.
Yeah, of
Like
course
he buys the Oreos.
Yeah. Well, no, I was like, this is the Warhammer check. Can you please just keep Magic the Gathering out of it, Doug? I literally then it's just gonna be chaos. And he's just like, I fund this club. I can ban anything I want. And I'm just like, and I kind of just said like, okay, dude, have fun.
This needs to be a
And then
YouTube channel of just you reporting on this guy.
I will.
Yeah.
And then I asked Nolan, who the guy who created the club, by the way, I was like, hey, does he actually fund things? Like, no, I don't know what he's talking about. So this guy deliberately lied just to scare me, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, makes sense.
Yeah,
Probably
that's
the
perfectly
only-
reasonable.
Probably the only control that he has.
Yeah, that's sad. Anyway, I'll get off this because I don't want everyone to be furious. Thank you for having me on. Thank you for letting
Yeah.
me come on again.
Yeah, no problem.
Eat your greens. Go to sleep.
Eat your celery. Stay in keto.
Yeah, don't
your
trip on your
celery,
pencil
eat your
while the teacher's
OJ.
talking.
All right. Have a good day, everybody.
All right. Wow, what a guy.
I feel like I've met that person
Jeez
before.
Yeah. Ooh, Aaron Ferguson. Hey Nick, do you have a loon boss? I have a loon boss on giant cave squig. I don't have just a normal loon boss. Is that okay?
Probably not.
But speaking of, probably not. But speaking of okay, we have Corbin the Blood Angel next on the call-in stream.
Speaking of lame
Invite-
space vampires.
Oh. So I invited you. Gotta. Yep. And I wonder where this is gonna head.
Yeah, we all know. I'm gonna go ahead and just get it out of the way, penis.
Yep, there we go.
No, I wanted to talk about how I need the location of Flimbo's, the dude's enemy here. I don't take it very kindly that he's insulting my Sanguinius's glorious red boys. So I'm very upset about that.
Speaking of the Sanguinius's red boys, you should check out Warhammer Plus after the Blood Angels show ends, because it's really, really good.
I'm debating on buying a subscription for it just for that show, because I'm getting the whatever. Me and my dad are gonna split the magazine, whatever the
White
magazine's
Dwarf?
called. No, not White Dwarf. It comes out in January.
Oh,
It's like it's pretty much it's not even a magazine really. I think
Yeah,
it comes with a
it's-
magazine, but
I forget the name of it. Yeah, I think I talked about it in a recent Miles and Memories.
Imperium
magazine.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna do that. But I think we'll just steal it from his coworker who we play Warhammer with.
Yeah, definitely do that.
Yep.
And when I say he plays Warhammer, I've played one game of Warhammer with him, and he played Dark Eldar before they were OP in 9th. So we're like, okay. But he's very much of the person who gets people into the hobby, and then he's like, okay, I'm gonna go just help you play.
Neat.
But yeah, no, I'll probably steal it from him, but Not like I make much money. I'm a freshman in high school, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you probably only work like what, 20, 30 hours a week?
Yeah, exactly.
70K a year.
Yeah.
No. You have dental.
No, I tried to get one of my teachers to play Warhammer. So we had a bunch of new teachers come to my school, and I live in the middle of nowhere of Texas. So I had a reading teacher or English teacher. He came. He's a pretty big book nerd, but he'd played D&D for like a year, and we get along really well. And I was telling him, because he's a big sci-fi nerd, I'm like, have you ever heard of 40k? Because nobody at my school even knows about it except a few of my friends who don't even play. And he was like, yeah, I've heard of it. I've not taken the dive yet. I'm like, yeah, that's probably for the best. It's quite it's a steep dive, or at least it was for me. It was like, okay, well, I bought one model. Oh, I have 6,000 points of Blood Angels. And then we have the Algebra 2 teacher. Apparently, the rumor is that he played with one of Gary Gygax's personal, like, his personal D&D ring. One of the people from that ring he played with, which I thought was cool. I haven't talked to him.
Interesting.
Oh. But speaking of Warhammer, since this is what this is all about, I think it's very unfair that I do not win every match I play.
I agree.
I think that Imperium should always win, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but okay.
Look, Nick, nobody cares about your orcs, okay? No, I started Imperial Guard the other day, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna make this cool army. I'm gonna do it as Cobra, like from G.I. Joe. I grew up watching that with my dad. And I was like, okay, I'll make a Cobra Commander and all this stuff. I'm like, well, I'm not that skilled. So now I'm just sitting on 2 pots of Cantor Blue and Admech Standard Gray, because that was going to be my color scheme. And I'm now trying to figure out another color scheme that just includes those colors. But I was like, oh, this is cool. I got Imperial Guard now. I'm like, now I'm already thinking about doing a Slanesh Chaos Army. And I don't know why. It just came to my mind yesterday. And I was like, that sounds really good.
Yeah, I mean, you should probably try to focus on a forces.
I don't know about that. I don't know. No, I don't. I need to get a chaos group before my little group of people I play Warhammer with takes them all up, because my father plays Nurgle, and he just started Thousand Suns, so I get both of the Primarchs to fight. Then we have somebody who's playing Slaneshi Demons, and then we have somebody who plays Grey Knights, we have somebody who plays Dark Eldar and Ultramarines, and we have another Nurgle player. So I'm like, I need to grab all the armies that I can be unique with before everybody else can grab them. Ugh. I will say this about GW, and I know there's a lot of stuff going on. I don't really care, to be frank, but I think they have some of the nicest purple colors. Them and Vallejo are the only 2 people I think have nice purples out of the paint range. But I am excited to see, I forget what it's actually called, but Duncan's paint line.
Oh yeah, Yeah, I know he's coming out with paints. I like Games Workshop's purples. I have Genestealer purple and I have one other purple, and they're both good. I don't have a lot of purples.
No,
I don't paint with a lot of purples.
I'm excited to see that line, because like my dad's tried Turbo Dork paint for his Necrons, and though it looks good, they're a pain in the butt to paint with, because you have to have 47 coats. And I have a question for you, Nick. Are you excited about the Black Templars Codex? 'Cause I know you came out with a new Emperor's Champion model.
Yeah, Nick, how excited are you? for the new Black Templar stuff.
I'm not excited about it at all.
Really?
I'm sorry.
I was hoping that they were going to get rid of the Black Templar for some reason.
We don't need any more assault armies, just Blood Angels. But
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the Black Templar to see what they do with it. I'll get some games in, I'm sure. Hopefully, they'll have some neat models. Maybe some new neophytes or sword brethren. A nice upgrade sprue would be nice.
yeah, because don't y'all have the y'all have like a certain assault group, and isn't it like Firstborn and Scouts and Primaris all mismatched into one like Assault Intercessor Squad type thing?
We don't get to soup with Primaris, but it's the Black Templar. God, I'm gonna space on the name. Combat Squad. This the Black Templar. But yeah, it's a squad made up of Scouts and regular Space Marines, and it's historically bad. But hopefully they come up with new rules to make it good.
Yeah, because what? I don't even know what y'all's super doctrine's gonna be.
It's probably just getting to charge stuff.
So probably like a +2 to charge. It'll probably be, because I know Blood Angels, we have a +1 to charge, +1 to advance, and a +1 to wound. That's our super doctrine.
They'll probably make it something anti-psyker, which sucks because no one brings psychers. And it's like, okay, so my doctrine is useless for like at least 50% of games, if not 75% of games.
Yeah, no, I could understand why you wouldn't be excited for it to be anti-psyker, because that can't be used in every game. Like a +1 to wound can always be used, but I mean, the Thousand Suns and Grey Knights just got their codex.
That's true.
And I was looking at Magnus earlier today, and he's overpowered. Because though he's a Primarch and he's the best psyker, you know, he gets 3 casts, 3 denies. If he's above 10 wounds, he gets a +2 to any psychic test that he makes, and then the additional +1 from the Thousand Suns like super doctrine. So he gets a +3 to all psychic tests. That means a smite would go off on a 3, which he already has super smite. His normal smite is D6 mortal wounds, and if he has an 11+, it's D3+, or 2D3s. And then like his weapon's like strength 16, but he knows all 18 psychic abilities that the army has. So it's like, ooh, he knows everything.
Yeah, man, I kind of like the idea of these like god models being overpowered, but I think they're overpowered because you're not really meant to always bring them. Like they're meant to kind of be a little bit of a sometimes food.
See, like my father, he plays Thousand Sons of Nurgle, and he's gonna get Magnus, and then he has Mortarion, and he doesn't bring Mortarion every game because pretty much any time he brings it, I lose because he's that good. But he'll probably bring him a lot, but it's okay. I'm just jealous. I'll never get my Primarch.
Yes, I mean Sanguinius. I mean he's dead, but he could come back.
There is a thing I saw, because there's a channel of Blood Angels Commander, and that's all he does is Blood Angels. But he has a theory that like Dante, when he like crosses the Primaris Rubicon, he actually ends up dying, and like they use the last of Sanguinius's blood, and he binds with Sanguinius, and he becomes this like demi-Primarch.
Neat.
Yeah. Okay, well I'm gonna let somebody get else on here, because I'm about to pass out. So I'll leave y'all with one last questionnaire, I guess. What's up with those penises?
Yeah.
Game show.
Genestealer cult. Is it like, because it's like a bunch of different DNA, so like Tyranids, don't have one because of biomass, but like if it's human, what's going on there?
I think all Genestealer cultists are super hung. Just mega dongs.
And that's a weapon option, right?
It is, yeah, mega dong.
Okay, I'm gonna let y'all talk to somebody else for a change. So,
All right, thanks for calling in. Sounds good.
Y'all are welcome.
Good night. I always loved that question. That's why I always love Corbin the Blood Angel. We always get a penis-related question, which I appreciate.
USA Libertarian. Ask Nick a random-ass question. Make it a thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Melonhead Bernie.
All
They gotta
right.
spread their seeds somehow. Or they spread their genes somehow. Exactly.
Yeah.
This is very true. Alright. But let's add another person. We're gonna add Stomperoo.
Dab.
Hello.
Dab.
Dab.
Do the funny meme. What's up? What's up, Nick and Josh? Was it?
Yep.
You're the guy
Yeah.
who's also here, right?
Yep.
All right. Cool. Also a Blood Angels player coming in hot here.
Ah.
Just gotta say, how dare that man insult my double daddy issue vampire boys? Blood Angels have extra daddy issues on top of everybody else in the Imperium. Completely forgot what I was going to say after that. I recently finished my first Dreadnought and my first attempt at edge highlighting.
Was it a Furioso or a Librarian?
It was a Redemptor, because I'm lame. Posted
Yeah.
it in the EOB complete thing a little while ago. But
I hope they bring the Librarian and Furioso to the Contemptor. That'd be sweet. Maybe it's an extra sprue
Dude,
just to give them the weapon options.
give me a Death Company Redemptor Dreadnought, please. I don't care how many points it costs. I will run it.
Yeah, it'd be so sweet. No weapon, no shooting options whatsoever. Only close combat options. That'd be dope.
Yep, just give him that halberd that the Librarian Dreadnought gets, and nothing else. And he just makes a ton of attacks with that thing, even though it has the rule where you can only make one attack with it. Anyway, aside from that, I hate turbo dork paints. I just had to build 10 Sanguinary Guard because I'm a lunatic. I only had a minor stroke with putting on those wings. Anybody who plays Blood Angels knows how awful that kid is with the wings. Dear
I'd say
God.
the Sanguinary Guard are probably the best looking Blood Angels model. I think those models look sick.
They are gorgeous.
They actually hold up for being
absolutely
Squatty
gorgeous.
Marines.
They are really gorgeous, and the fact that they have super dynamic poses definitely helps them out there. Dante not so much, but everybody else. Also, those wings, great for kit bashing everything else, and they give you so many of them. Turbo Dork paint. I used the Turbo Dork Gold paint. I can't remember exactly which one it was, but
Turbo Gold
was a nightmare. Turbo Gold, that one. That was a nightmare to paint 10 models with. I did not realize how many coats that was going to take.
Yeah, I've stayed away from the Turbo Dorks. I should give them a try at one point, but I just kind of feel like they're gimmicky.
They're good for accents. We'll say that much. They are really good if you're just wanting really small accents on stuff. Like on the model you're painting right now, like maybe the magazine on that. That would be good. Or like the very edge of a blade. It'd be good for stuff like that, but I'm never going to ever attempt to paint an entire model with it. Ever again.
Interesting.
That's about all I will ever say they were good for.
Metallics are usually pretty tricky. Did you do an undercoat, or did you just go straight from primer to gold?
Of course, I base coat everything black before I do anything else.
Because it might have helped to like base coat them beige or brown.
Yeah, if you base coat them black, that's what Turbo Dork recommends, which is why I did it.
Well, that makes sense because
if you base coat them, yeah.
Technically, the best way to do metallics is to apply them over a glossy black base coat, but that's really like if you want a nice shiny finish on your like motorcycle or something. Like miniatures, you paint them differently than you paint everything else.
True. I actually did not know that because as the fact that I've only painted one Dreadnought might show, I am incredibly new to the hobby, so I'm still learning as I go.
Yeah, for metallics, it usually helps because metallics are usually slightly see-through because it's basically a clear matte medium with some sort of metal flakes in it. And so if you want something to look silver, it might help to paint gray and then put the metallic on top. Or if you want gold, then you paint it yellow or orange, and then you put on the gold. Or if you want copper, you might put on a nice, like a red-brown. And so that way, even if the metal doesn't have perfect coverage, what's underneath still looks like copper.
Okay, that's actually a really good tip. Thank you very much. I will keep that in mind when I'm painting my Cardron Overlords.
Ooh, I love the Cardron Overlords. Yep. I want to get some of them flying dwarves.
I have no intent of actually playing Age of Sigmar right now. I just love dwarves. They are the best fantasy race, period. No exception, ever.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, they're cool.
I played one game of Age of Sigmar. It was fun.
Look, your work loyalty check is in the mail, don't worry.
My shell.
Orc shell.
Oh, my shell check. My Gloomspite shell check as well.
Lizard men are better than Gloomspite gets.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Okay,
facts.
you're gone.
Facts. Preach.
Alright. I think that is actually a good note for me to end on. So I will take my leave now. Repeating once more, lizard men are better than Gloomspite gets.
Yeah, facts.
You have a great day, everybody.
Just saying facts.
You have a bad night.
Always facts. Nick, and I even came in acting like you were the important one here.
I mean, you destroyed my Gloomspite gets. You destroyed my heart and my soul. So gosh. I don't even know. I don't even know how I'm going to handle the rest of the stream tonight. I'm so distraught. Andy Crimson Gloomspite chills.
Yeah. Melonhead Bernie, dwarves are like pineapples on pizza. You either love them or hate them. That's not a bad way to think about it.
Yeah,
I feel like dwarves are one of those kind of divisive things.
I like pineapple on pizza.
I do.
Pretty good. I haven't had it in a while though. Speaking of that, we're gonna add Brother Xandor. And invited to speak yet. Accept my invites, and you're gonna be the next on the EOB call-in stream, sponsored by Games Workshop. Hello.
Hello?
Well?
Oh, I forgot I'm on push to talk.
Hi.
Hi, been a fan for a couple of months now.
Nice.
Yeah, how's it going? First of all, that guy was wrong. Dark elves are the superior race in fantasy. Also, that other guy with his friend who did not like Dark Angels, I took offense to that as well. I am a huge they were my first army ever, Dark Angels. But yeah, no, I've been a big fan of you for a good couple of months now. Like, you actually, believe it or not, you actually got me out of my painter's funk.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like, I saw a bunch of your fancy painted stuff, and it got me into finishing my Indomitus Captain, and I'm going to finish up my Inner Circle project that I've been neglecting for a while.
Neat. Inner Circle of Space Marines, Inner Circle of Eldar?
Inner Circle of Dark Angels. I've got an original Azrael, slightly kit bashed because I lost his sword and I lost his original Bolter. I used a Sisters of Battle Bolter because it was roughly the same size anyways. I've got an original Ezekiel as well. Sadly, I have to get a fine cast Asmodai and Belial, and a good friend of mine actually gifted me a fine cast Samael. So after I'm doing Samael, I just need Lazarus, and I have all of the current Inner Circle.
Nice.
But yeah, no, I'm glad to be a part of this. I'm actually taking part in the EOB complete thing.
Nice.
And hopefully I'll be able to continue writing stories like I've been doing. I usually write stories based on the games that I play and the models that I build and paint.
Neat. That's actually really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and sometimes I slide them into my Death Watch campaign. I'm a DM for Death Watch, and every now and then I like to add my characters, and I don't know, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I bet that's a good way to like kind of stay motivated and stay interested in your army, because you're like, well, yeah, you can fall asleep thinking about all the cool things that your guys did.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and it gives it meaning, which I think a big problem that a lot of people run into is they don't have that connection. So being able to write stories about it and stuff is super cool. I think that helps a lot.
It does, and I also think that I don't know. I'm a very huge proponent of the rule of cool is always law. So like, I'm not a very competitive gamer. I've never liked competitive Warhammer. I never understood why competitive Warhammer was a thing. If you guys like it, hey, that's more power to you. I'm not gonna be mad at y'all for it. I just never understood it.
I'm almost against it. Like, I think it's silly.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you and my friend both. He is staunchly against competitive anything. And then I told him about competitive D&D. That competitive D&D is a thing. But I am a narrative-driven gamer. I usually only play narrative games instead of match play, and I use a lot of that in the stories that I write for my armies. I actually just finished writing a short story involving the Indomitus captain.
And I kind of wrote little things for my Black Templar, because I thought I was gonna take part in like a narrative campaign-y thing that we were writing that we eventually just didn't do because of college. But I kit bashed and created two a Space Marine captain and lieutenant called Termiel and Termiel and something Nouveau. But I wrote him as he's like a bad captain, and so he's on a crusade to redeem himself. But yeah, remember, that was super cool. I mean, I have the models still.
That's actually really awesome. One of my Death Watch players, he's an apothecary. I can't remember what it was that he did in his parent chapter before the Death Watch, but now the Death Watch, the chapter master of that chapter said, "Here's a plasma gun. You're either going to die using this gun, or you're gonna kill as many aliens and heretics as you can with it. Either way, you won't come back until you're clean."
Nice.
As for I have an interesting name scheme when it comes to my characters in Warhammer. So I am I'm an arachnophile. I love spiders. In fact, my homebrew army is called the Black Widows, and I'm also starting a chaos army called the St. Andrews Spiders.
So your army is called the Black Widows, and they all look like Scarlett Johansson?
No, but they do have an Inquisitor that's a part of them that is named Inquisitor Romanov.
Oh, nice.
That's fun.
But yeah, so I usually look into genus of spiders and use that as various names. So the captain, the Indomitus captain that I just finished painting, their name is Captain Avacul of the 8th Company of the Black Widows. And I took that because I can't remember the name now, but Avacul is one of the parts of the name for the tarantula, and he's even known as the Black Tarantula.
Neat. That is super cool.
But sometimes rule of cool can get in the way of a lot of things. Not so much like list building. I honestly don't care about it. If I like it, I'll take it. But I mean more in terms of writing. Because a lot of times people have very strong opinions about what it is that you put in for your fun.
Yeah, and list building, the most important thing about list building is just to do it a tiny bit better than your opponent.
Yeah, obviously. like because my Black Widows are apparent successor to the Dark Angels, they're gonna have just a little bit more plasma than they should.
Nice.
But yeah, no. So like before, for example, before every Death Watch campaign I start with anybody, I let them know ahead of time. Hey, just so you know, I appreciate the lore, and I am a big follower of the lore as well. However, I am a bigger proponent. I am a bigger fan of the rule of cool. So there are going to be some things that doesn't necessarily follow the lore. For example, maybe there's an orc that is actually fighting for the Space Marines as a freebooter or something like that. I even told them that there could be a chance, not necessarily now, but there could be a chance you even run, and I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this, and don't worry, I'm used to it, for female Space Marine, because I am also a fan of that idea of Space Marine.
Yeah, I like the idea of female Space Marines.
Oh yeah, me too.
That way, when I'm reading the novels, it's not, hundreds of pages of brother. Every now and then they'll have to say sister.
Exactly, and I've been a big fan of that idea since I got into it in 2017. Even my Captain Avicool is actually a female Space Marine that I decided. So she is Captain Avicool, the Black Tarantula.
Neat.
But yeah, no. I have a lot of fun writing stories. I have a lot of fun painting and building. I'm actually building a Deathcore of Krieg army right now from the Octarius box set. And
neat.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with them and writing out their lore, especially since I am painting them to look like my Arma unit that I'm a part of. We are the 82nd Krieg Hellfighters, and specifically the squad I'm building is modeled after the squad I'm a part of.
That's really cool. I for my Krieg, I saw on the decal sheet that one of the possible legions was 269, and so I cut off the 2, and all my Krieg are the 69th Legion.
Really cool.
Really
yeah,
cool.
Sorry, I was talking to my mom. Yeah, no, like I said, I love everything about it. I love the Deathcore of Krieg. When I got into the hobby in 2017, 2016, sometime around there, honestly, by mistake. My
This
friend,
isn't Monopoly.
No, not like that, but like so. Back then, I was really into retro games like Pac-Man and Ghosts and Goblins and N64 and all that. And my friend told me, "Hey, there's this place right next to HEB that sells old retro games that you like. Let's go check it out." And so I'm like, "All right, bet, let's go. I'm bored. I ain't got nothing to do. School's out for the summer. Let's go." It was Games Workshop, and I was confused when I found out that they didn't sell, retro games, but they sold Warhammer and Lord of the Rings.
That's what I thought they were. When I was younger, that's what I thought it was.
Exactly. And the next day I dropped $300 and I got the Dark Vengeance box set.
Damn.
Or it was like $325. Point being, I spent a little over $300 for the first box, and it has been my addiction ever since. Currently, I'm running a Dark Angels army. I'm starting a new Dark Angels army, rather, a proper Dark Angels army. I've got my homebrew army. I'm starting an Imperial Guard army. I'm starting a Chaos army. I've got Dark Elves for Blood Bowl. I've got Slaves to Darkness for Sigmar. I've got too many armies, and I'm actually thinking about selling the ones that I know for sure I'm not going to use.
Makes sense. I'm planning on letting some stuff go too, but just some gray plastic. Maybe a few painted models. I have a Deathwatch army that I don't want.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, I'm actually selling off some of my Firstborn Marines because, if I'm being honest, I like the Firstborn, but with the way that the Primaris look and everything, I'm preferring the Primaris over Firstborn.
Yeah,
I'm
they just
still
look
gonna.
better.
Exactly. I'm still gonna keep the very first Firstborn that I ever got. But other than that, I'm probably just gonna sell off the ones that I have. Anyways, I've got to go. It was great talking to you guys.
Nice. It's good talking
Sounds
to you.
good.
Also, Eons of Battle. Josh, was it?
Yep. Yeah, Frank actually.
Sorry, I saw your most recent video about GW, and honestly, I agree on a lot of it. A lot of it, basically. There are some things I think about GW that GW needs to understand and needs to fix. Namely with Warhammer Plus. Now, I'm not a big fan of Warhammer Plus, but it's not because of the copyright stuff that they've been doing. Mainly that one, they are way too late to the streaming wars, and from the get-go, they have released too little content for streaming.
Yeah, I mean, they were never going to be Netflix where they have 10,000 hours of content. They have like 4, maybe, if you count the books too.
But like, I kept telling people, like, what they should have done is, if they want to put the animations behind the subscription service or subscription paywall, that's fine, but put it on the Warhammer community website like they do with the Warhammer comics that they've got.
Yeah, it should always all be in the same place.
It should be, and then as far same thing with the painting tutorials, because some people want the painting tutorials, some people just want the animations. Nobody's gonna want not everyone's gonna want just everything. As far as the White Dwarf goes, from what I could tell from the Facebook groups I'm a part of, they're only going as far back as like 10 years ago. And that's well and good, but I decided to look into it myself. I found at least 4 different websites on Google that I can go through all the way back to the very first issue of White Dwarf for free.
Yeah, there's a lot of those out there.
Yeah, exactly. So like, I get it. I get why GW did it. It's money and they're a business first and foremost, but they could have gone about it in a more roundabout way, in a better way.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure eventually all of them will make their way onto there. It could also be though that they may, like, because sometimes with publishing it's weird, like they may not be allowed to put other stuff on there. You never know, because it's like people just putting up PDFs or have a freedom that Games Workshop doesn't have.
No, yeah, I get it, because like, at least with like the very first few editions of White Dwarf, it wasn't just GW, it was D&D and whatever other games were very popular at that time. That I can understand that, the licensing issues and all that. But then as far as the IP stuff goes, like, I have a stance. It's not so much that it's not a popular stance, and it's not so much it's a controversial stance, but like, I stand with both sides of the argument. Do you catch my drift?
A little bit. I mean, it kind of blew up, but nothing happens. Like, they didn't take down anyone's videos except Sodaz, but we don't really know what happened with Sodaz. But
they did copyright strike Midwinter Minis.
Yeah, but that's a different thing.
Award. That was a different thing. I know. I'm just saying, like, but that was my biggest concern about it, that they're gonna that they would copyright strike videos reviewing Warhammer first and foremost.
Yeah, well,
I'm glad they situated it. They said that it was a mistake, but that's still a concern, a very real concern for me, you know?
Yeah, it is. I think what happened wasn't that someone was like, "Ooh, there's a review," and then they're like, "Oh, we probably shouldn't." I'm sure it was just a bot that looks for content, and then a person was like, "Oh yeah, but it's a review, so it's fine."
No, yeah, I figured it was a bot. Like, come on, it's fair use. Like, it's illegal for them to do something like that under fair use laws. But then that brings into question, how bad is the bot that they're using that it's just going to copyright strike anything GW that is not from GW. And
well, that's how it all is. Like, if for YouTubers, like music gets caught all the time.
Yes, this is the thing that I think people are forgetting. So it's not like, so let's say, because we've had this happen before. We upload a video. There's a song in it. There's something. Somebody owns something that we've put into the video on accident, and YouTube will send us a thing. Say it's ineligible for monetization, and then you immediately dispute it if you think that you're in the right. And then if you do that, it actually holds all of the money you're making on the video. So if, let's say it takes 30 days to figure out what's going on with it, they'll hold all of that money for you. They won't give it to somebody else. They won't give it to the original content person or all that kind of stuff. So there is a lot of wiggle room. It's not like you're just losing money or you're losing views or anything like that.
Oh, okay. I see. That I did not know, actually. I thought whatever money you made from that goes to the original content, the original creator. It does if they decide it does. Like if they decide, like, let's say we definitely used a Billie Eilish song in one of our videos, and so we definitely used it, but I tried to dispute it. I used the song, so they're going to give half our money to Billie Eilish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I understand now. I just didn't know that was the whole caveat behind it. But as I was saying, I stand with both sides. I understand fans, their complaints, especially as a fan myself. Like, I was devastated when Alpha Busa announced that he wasn't going to be doing it anymore. As long as this type of clause stands, I was, like anyone else probably was. I was heartbroken, but I understood. GW is a multi-billion-dollar company now. They have lawyers, and they'll able to destroy someone's life who can't afford it. So,
but also Alpha Busa is a very specific case because he accidentally created an empire of turning 40k pictures, like pictures that they commissioned, into a show. But he decided himself to go on hiatus to see what happens, and what happened was Games Workshop's not going after animators. Like, every animation I like is still up, monetized, and available from the original YouTube creator. And Alpha Busa's last 2 episodes that went on YouTube did great, and he still brings in $20,000 a month on his personal Patreon. So
like, from what I saw, or from what I can understand, they're only going after users who are strictly monetizing off of their IP. That doesn't, and I'm not saying that's what Alpha Busa is doing, because like you said, he commissioned those pieces of art.
Well, no, Games Workshop commissioned the pieces of art, and then Alpha Busa edits them into the characters of the show.
Okay. I thought he commissioned the pieces of art.
I think he's commissioned a few characters, but yeah, his almost everything is cut out from codexes and Games Workshop art.
Yeah. Okay, that makes much more sense now. But but like I said, like you also said, there's a lot of your animators that are still up there, minus Sodaz, but that's a completely different thing. That's a completely different situation. That's a little bit deeper than the IP stuff. But I also understand from GW's point of view, and I also agree with them, that it's their IP. They need to protect it lest they lose it, because as we know with China, that happens all the time.
I love the little jazzy.
I love
music.
the jazz.
It really added something. It really made it hit hard.
Yeah, jeez. But that is my cue to go. I gotta go. Thank you.
It's the wrap up music.
All right. Thanks for calling in. That was one of my favorite things. Mm-hmm. That was wild. Like, the music it fit so well, didn't it?
It did.
I'm so glad.
Yeah. But whenever people bring up the IP stuff, I always try to be very accurate, because a lot of people decided not to be.
Yeah. It's very difficult, because a lot of people just made a bunch of stuff up. A lot of people don't follow the story too. So they know from the beginning, and then they don't know what happened all the way through. It's a lot. It's difficult.
Mm-hmm. USA Libertarian. Hold me closer, tiny dancer.
Chicky Nugs. People make stuff up. I know. Hard to believe. All right. We're gonna go with Gibbsy Danger 1222. Invite you to speak. You gotta accept my invites.
Alrighty, thank you for
Hello.
If I'm not mistaken, EOB is based in the Chicago area.
This is a fact.
Yeah.
Hey, have you guys heard of Grognard Games?
No, I've heard of a Grognar.
It's either in Schaumburg or Rosemont.
I've heard of both of those places.
Kind of by O'Hare. Anyway, they've got a lot of cool old 40k stuff there, which is always fun.
Is this like a friendly local game store?
Yeah, they actually had some Forge World stuff there too.
I know a Grognar is like a slang, has become like a slang term for like an old wargamer.
Yeah,
that's
probably what it is then. Yeah, so basically, yeah. Where do you guys find all your old models that you do sometimes for painting?
eBay.
Got it. Oh,
yeah.
Actually, there was one thing. I searched up second edition 40k for $125. I found a second edition starter box.
That's not bad.
Well, it didn't have any of the models, but
that's a terrible deal. Just the box.
No, it had the boxes and it had the books and tokens, but
okay. Yeah, now all of a sudden that's like, that's the price of the old paperwork. I'm like, that's a good deal. But now it's like, that's the normal deal.
Yeah. Yeah, so I started playing 40k around like coming up on 2 years at the end of the month. Basically, my friend got my other friend interested into it because we were playing D&D. My friend brought in some of his Space Marines to use as proxies because we don't have any D&D minis. And my good friend found them interesting, and he invited me, and he thought you know what, I'd probably be interested in it, so he introduced me to it. He started off with Tyranids. I was going to start off Space Marines because I heard Space Marines and I immediately thought Colonial Marines from Aliens, which is not the case. I was an Aliens fanatic at the time.
I'm more of an Aliens 3 person. I'm more of an Aliens 3 person. I have the wrong opinion.
I will shun you forever now. I mean, yeah, it's an movie, but yeah, it's nothing compared to the first two. Anyways, so he started playing Tyranids. It's the friend who got him interested into it. It had been playing for like a year at that point. He played Salamanders. Unfortunately, that friend no longer is kind of taking a break from 40k right now.
Is he playing BattleTech?
I am just fully devoted to the God Emperor at this point. I have 2,000 point armies of Guard and Fists.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I started with Guard because I heard they had tanks and a lot of them, and quite a few of them too. So I got the starter box for them, which was really fun. And my local Games Workshop and the local Games Workshop employees in Orland, they're just chads. I'm serious. They're just giga chads. One's a 25-time Golden Demon winner, 25 times. and he has 3 Slayer swords to his name.
Wow.
And the other is really is.
And the other one's Bob.
No, the other one is also really cool. He was the one who helped me start to get into it. He was the one who helped me originally. Yeah, if you're ever in Orland Park, go to that Games Workshop.
That's pretty badass. I know my local Games Workshop guy, he is a chef.
Oh.
So
I didn't even know that. That's fun.
Yeah. And apparently said guy who and the Giga Chat, there's the Chad and the Giga Chad. And it's Tim and Tobias. Like absolute chads, I tell you.
Neat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I actually found a really old frizzled picture of Tim with his Slayer sword of like 2003.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, basically back to my story. Story about me getting into 40k. So I was gonna get the start collecting box, but I didn't have enough money. My friend's dad had gave me like 20 extra bucks because I only had like 70. And I actually, my sister's having a sleepover in the basement, and that's where all my stuff is. So.
Well, that's okay because this is an audio format.
Yeah. If you look in the EO, I would post it in the EOB complete. I actually did post my Baneblade there. Yeah. Best $120 I've ever spent, by the way.
Oh, neat. The Baneblade does look like a badass kit.
It really is.
Oh, it's somewhat available to Space Marines. I don't know, or that might have just been in previous editions.
That's Forge World. I think it's a Forge World upgrade kit for it.
Ah.
Yeah. So we went there. I was like, "This is what Games Workshop is." I thought Games Workshop, like the guy previously before me said. I thought it was more of like a retro video game. I thought it was going to be like Pac-Man because the logo kind of does look like Pac-Man lettering.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, there's no video games or anything. Wow, that's interesting. They don't sell video games here. That's interesting. Yeah.
USA Libertarian. Be careful if the girls see your models, they'll jump your bones.
Very true.
Yeah, well, we got a massive group. Unfortunately, like only 4 of us remain at this point. Mostly because of price. Although there is a joke, there's an inside joke with our group that one of them was a simp because because supposedly one of his girlfriends, space between the girl and friend, said that he was nerdy for playing Warhammer. He was gonna play Alpha Legion. He was gonna play Alpha Legion, but he officially says it's the price, but it's an inside joke.
I like it.
Yeah. So I'm a guard player through and through. I painted my first Lehman Russ. It's the model I'm most proud of still.
Neat.
Yeah. I named it Duke. Let's see if I can find a picture. I'll post it in. Yeah. What would you... I am thinking of starting a Black Templar army. The Sons of Dorn need to unite. Yeah, I play Imperial Fist too.
I would steer people away from getting 2 colors of Space Marines. I would say get maybe something else.
That's why I've been debating. Yeah, I've been debating on starting a Black Templars army simply because, and most of my Space Marines are unpainted. So yeah.
I mean, you could always just paint some of your models a different color, but just have it be part of your army. Because, I mean, combined armies of Space Marines happens all the time where they fight together. So you could always, if you just feel like it, paint one squad to be a Black Templar, a Space Marine squad.
Yeah.
That's totally viable. I don't know if it's taboo or just frowned upon or no one thinks of it, but Or just no one wants their army to look a little bit funny, where there's like, there's one squad of a different color.
Also, for some reason, I have something weird with beakies.
Like you like
I
beakies?
just find the beaky helmets weird.
They're old.
Yeah, squatty Marines. Do you guys have a store or no?
What do you mean?
For our own stuff?
Game store.
Yeah, we have a GW near us. We have a couple friendly local game stores.
Nice. I was meaning that you guys own. Sorry.
Oh no, yeah, we don't have
no.
we're not attached to a gaming store.
Okay.
My cousin had one for a little while, but that was between all of this. Eons of Battle had ended, and it hadn't restarted yet.
Yeah, why did you guys go on hiatus for a little bit? By the way?
College.
Yep.
College. Can't relate because I'm not in college yet. Yeah, I was gonna get Octarius with my friend, but he dropped out. Last second.
What
a loser.
He cited valid reasons, so.
I'll still say it. I say it wasn't valid, even though I have no idea what the reasons were, and I'm sure that they were.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a... Yeah, if I start rambling, just tell me, please.
It's all good. I would say we have 20 minutes left. We got a few more people in the requesting to speak. So, and we do this every Saturday, every first Saturday of the month. So you can always call back later.
Ooh. Yeah. I'll be gone here in like 2 minutes because I do have to go to bed.
It's all good.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, and I love 40k lore too. Hang on.
Do you read the books?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which books?
I've got Cadia Stands, Cadian Honor. Got Hammer of the Emperor right over there.
Neat.
Oh, and I bought a ton of 40k books that I have yet to read.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for Darktide to come out, in all honesty. Because as a guard player, it's going to be fun to see a guard FPS. And it's fun to see las guns in action, so.
Neat. Can't wait to one day maybe have a computer that can play games.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it might not even be... I don't have a PC. So, which is unfortunate. And I don't think it's going to be released on the Xbox One. So, yeah.
Well.
Yep. All right.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks for calling in.
Anytime. Well, yeah. Not
every first Saturday.
Yeah.
All right. See ya.
See you guys.
Chicky Nugs. If you can't get to me tonight, I'll chat torture everyone in the Patreon.
Nice.
There you have it. I think we'll definitely close with Chicky Nugs, since Chicky Nugs is a Patreon member.
Oh yeah.
And Chicky Nugs is always fun. Let's go with Omnicron. Invite you to speak. You gotta accept my invite, and then you can chat with us.
Oh no, Omnicron. Omni!
Oh no. Uh-oh. Give it a couple more seconds. Alright. I'm gonna dismiss that one. Alright, we're gonna add Canary.
Woo!
Canary's a name that I know and love. I remember Canary. Just sent you an invite, Canary. You gotta accept my invites. Oh. Oh, here we go.
Oh.
Try one more time. Do. Uh-oh. I don't know if it's working or not. Sent you an invite, Canary. All right, I don't think it's happening. All right, we're gonna go with JP Grot Rockets. Sent you an invite. Accept my invite. Hello. I can't hear you if you're saying stuff. Yeah. Oh, there you go. I can hear you. You're live.
Hey, how's it going? First time caller, long time watcher.
Nice.
Amazing.
Hey, like what you guys are doing. Your kind of everyday little show going on. It's really nice. It's kind of in the evening, just before bedtime, Eastern Standard Time. So that's pretty cool.
Central Time's the only one that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey,
Central
man.
Time, gang.
I like Chicago. It's a great city, man. It's got Adepticon. I mean, what else is there?
This is true. Not this year.
Up there? Yeah, I know. It's maybe next year, right?
It sounds like it. It sounds like 2022 is the year. So
yeah. We'll see about it. I mean, it's everything going on. It's who knows, you know. World might blow up by then, but let's not be grim about it, right?
Yeah, let's just be dark.
So I picked up the Octarius set. I really haven't bought too much GW stuff since 6th edition. I kind of stopped playing the game. Well, I've got a lot of models. I've got so much on my backlog anyway. That, but I enjoy building my own rule sets.
Nice.
I think GW gets a little too bloated, and it's hard to remember things. And
if you haven't played since 6th, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised because they fixed a lot of stuff with 8th and 9th. A lot of the crazy bloat's gone.
I tried getting in on 8th, and I loved the little pamphlet, the little 6-page rule thing. That was great. I was like, wow, this is the right direction. And then everything got crazy again. 3 books for one army. But no, I like building my own rule sets and coming up with things and the like. But I love the models. I really do. I really do. I got the Octarius. The only thing I can two things wrong with the Octarius is I think that the measuring device sprue, they should have just used the space for a couple of more Kriegsmen. Because I don't much care for having to buy another box to be able to fill out my roster.
That is
what
true.
about all those barricades?
There's not exactly enough. I mean, there's enough to field all. If you only take the there's enough. You can make a 10-man veteran guardsman squad, but really you probably want something more like 12 or 14 or even 18 if you take the one stratagem that lets you bring 4 extra dudes.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm looking at. Is all the parts need to be used. That's my philosophy. All the parts need to be used.
So you have to use every single special guy, but then also all 10 lasguns.
Yeah.
But the thing that bothers me though is if on the combat gauge sprue, if you want like extra space, you have to get rid of all the barricades. What are you gonna do with those barricades?
Oh well, I've got so much of my own terrain that I've built over the years. I really do enjoy the orc terrain though. That's really great because that's one of the puns I have. So more orc terrain is a wonderful thing. I will never turn that down. I still need to get the mechanic shop, but
Ooh, that is kind of a cool kit.
So, but yeah, love what you guys are doing. What else can I talk about here? Talk about the good and the bad. So, yeah, I don't know about that measuring device, and some of their terms are a little confusing, but I'll get over it. Once again, things I can tweak. I look at published rule sets as being jumping off points where I can take good ideas, and I've got my nice little notebook that I write my stuff down on, and good artists, good artists borrow, great artists steal.
Yeah, that's the great thing about tabletop games. Is you can do whatever you want. It's not like a video game where it does all the rules for you.
And I'm from the old school, where you would buy the rules from some guy that mimeographs it up in Minnesota somewhere, and you just somehow wind up with a set of rules you don't know where they came from, and you have to source your own miniatures way back in the day, So that's the way we used to do it, and there's still room for doing that now. I mean, if you buy the miniatures that you like, you don't have the miniatures don't care what rule sets you use,
I know Uncle Adam has from Tabletop Minions. He has a great story about he invented a game way back in the day, and then he would print them out on like his home printer, and then cut them to fit in CD cases, put them in blank CD cases, and then he got like his local game store to carry them.
Yeah, that was he and whoever it was, Snarling Badger Games or whatever it was. I think
that's the name of their company. Who did he do it with? Another YouTube channel.
Vincey V?
Vincey V! Vince Venturella. They work together on the game.
New thing, his Reign in Hell, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know about the old one. I can't remember. It was something else. Yeah, and like I said, that's the way we used to roll in the old days. The idea of having a system where you had miniatures along with rules all from the same company, that was something that GW really they made that just a thing. One-stop shop. And I think, good, bad, indifferent, there's a lot of people that don't like GW for whatever reason, but they have done this one thing, and they did this one thing well, and you can always give them credit for this. They have gotten more people into the hobby than if it had remained a mimeograph set from some guy in Minnesota.
That's very true.
Go and source your figures somewhere else. So, but
I think some people would argue really it was BattleTech that got everybody into everything. But those people would be wrong.
I understand that, and that's not a bad idea, but BattleTech was just one game in 1984, I think, is when it came out.
I think 1492 was the original launch date.
Yeah. But, they did that, but up until that, there really was generally there weren't any set figures for any one set of rules. Of course, back then it was more historical and less fantasy or science fiction.
Mm-hmm.
Sourcing miniatures was, you had to get a catalog. You had to go to the local bookstore, and there was a whole lot. It was not as easy as it is now. You've got the internet. 3D printing is just taking off. Just so many great things going on in the industry today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, very true. A lot of options.
Oh yeah, I mean we're spoiled for options. These young whippersnappers, they don't know how good they've got it.
Used to have to walk uphill both ways to get to the game store.
Yeah, we didn't have feet, and we were proud of it. So, anyhow, man, it's great talking to you guys, and I'm probably gonna. I had a lot of trouble. Evidently, I had a Discord account earlier somewhere along the line, and I lost all the information for it, and I could barely get back on. I was like, wow.
I think I have 3 different Twitch accounts because I kept forgetting.
Well, that's something I'm looking to get into here before too long. I've been studying up on OBS and looking for a good controller that I can do do my opening title screen and do a bio break screen, all that stuff. Because those are really the only things I really need to have in a channel for painting live, kind of like you guys are doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's very true.
Do you have a camera?
Yeah, I've got a camera. I want to get a better one though. I need to get something that's 1080p or 4K high def or whatever. But won't be too long. I've got a couple of videos in the can, the raw footage that I need to edit for the old YouTube thing. But
you have a channel to shout out?
I will have eventually. It's just Loopy Got Rockets right now, but I don't have anything on it at the moment. I will have eventually. But I think the Twitch right now, the live stream thing, is going to be easier because it's less. I don't want to say that it's less labor intensive, but sitting and doing video editing is it's a little daunting to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, YouTube videos are a lot of work.
Yep. Editing's a lot. I can tell you that much.
Painting's a lot. Filming's a lot.
Yeah.
Writing's a lot.
Well, when I used to do skateboard videos, I had two VCRs set up on each other, and then I had an audio feed from the stereo for the music. So I would just edit from one VCR to the other as soon as I wanted, and I could get my raw footage broken down into my scenes, and then I would just replay that back onto another tape along with the music, and that was easy. Things are a lot more technical now.
Yeah, we actually film every EOB video on black and white film, and then I colorize it by hand every frame.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do now. It's pretty crazy.
Well, that contrast paint sure came in handy, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's super neat. I know we had a professor who he always said like he's really good at because we went to school for theater. He was really good with like tape and audio. He's like really good at it, and he's like, it doesn't matter now. It doesn't matter how good I was back then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's a completely different thing. It's a little mind-boggling because things that I would do organically, just by hand. There's a button for it now, and they call it something that I've never heard of.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyhow. So, got any big projects coming up? I'm working on finishing up my space, and I just moved into a house, so I built a nice gaming table and everything.
Yeah, very cool.
I just rewatched my Pile of Shame video. And so I'm like, I should get a move on some of this stuff. I keep buying new things. Although I've finished some things that were in that video.
Oh yeah. I think the next big thing that I'm buying is going to be the Tanith kit, the first and only kit. But I don't really need to buy too much since my backlog is quite large.
Mm-hmm.
Which is hence why I want to start a live painting channel. It'll kind of encourage me to work through all of that,
I mean, you'll get things done.
Oh yeah, that's the whole point. So, and yeah, that's what's going on in my life.
We're getting right down to the wire.
This is very true.
I think Chicky Nugs is up next. So
yeah. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, let's do some Chicky Nugs.
Let's do a little Chicky Nugs.
Let's do this. This is the last person.
Mm-hmm.
Last person that we're gonna have, and this might be wild. Mm-hmm. I have a feeling.
Hello?
Hello, good evening, EOB fans, and welcome to the monthly quiz show. Does EOB know things? What do they know? Let's find out. With your host, who is by no means here under their own free will, Chicky Nugs.
Yeah, Chicky Nugs.
Hello, salutations by Midnight Lamentation. For those new to the audience today, hi, I'm Chicky Nugs. Don't forget, smash that dislike button and subscribe to Eons of Battle during or after the stream.
Yeah.
And speaking of those charming devils, here are tonight's guests, Nick and Jay.
I'm Jay.
I'm Nick.
And that's Nick. How are you guys tonight? I see, as usual, you're getting some lowball questions.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's good to hear. Tonight, well, it's special, and this is in no way a unnecessarily complicated plan for me to get myself out of some trouble I'm in. So, we're going to start with our game show tonight. It's really simple. I'm going to give you 3 questions, and if you answer correctly, well, get me out of here. So with that, come with me as we escape to this wonderful journey.
All right.
I'm thrilled.
All right. So, enough with ego stroking, folks. Let's start with our first question. So, the hit miniature YouTube stock from Miniac is known for what catchphrase? A. Too thin coat. B. I hate painting. C. A chow. Or D. Paint more mimics.
Ooh, I think I know this one. It's Pachow.
Oh, yeah.
That is correct.
Yay!
That is a great answer right there. And that's 1 of 3 down, folks. And you know what? They only get harder from here. But, you know, we'll just see how we go here. And this next question actually goes directly to Nick. Now, Nick, we're going to test both your partnership and your friendship with David. So, listen up. The following miniature hobby channels are well known for stirring the pot, alright? But only one has been mentioned frequently by Jay during these streams. Who is that creator out of these 4? Is it A. Come as Orgasma, B. Arch Warhammer, C. The Inner Circle, or D. Dunitito?
It is B. Arch.
That is correct. Good job.
Wow.
And listen to that. It's our bonus question that goes directly to Jay.
I'm Jay.
Hey, Jay. Now, here's something, I have a question for you about your friend and partner here, Nick. Nick has shown throughout streams his love for which of the following franchises? A. Star Wars, B. Harry Potter, C. Lord of the Rings, or D. What's a franchise?
It's, you know what? It's a little bit of a tougher one, but I'm gonna have to go with Harry Potter.
Wait, is that right, Nick?
I would say that's Lord of the Rings.
Oh. Well, this was the bonus question, so it doesn't count against you, Jay, but good guess. But you know what? Friendship is magic, and this is our last question for the night. And I really, really hope you guys can get this one down because, well, my fate's in your hands. So, here we go. For this last gut-wrenching question, why the dislike? Is it A, click to find out, B, why the YouTube algorithm is alive, C, because you like rap, or D, because it's funny?
I think I'm gonna have to go with C. We like rap.
It's C. It's definitely C.
And that is correct, folks. We are now done with the show. And you know what? Let's find out what your prize is today. What's the prize today, announcer?
Well, you know, what you'll be one tonight is a brand new limited edition exact replica of a heavy bolster with ammunition. Something people actually ask for them to have.
Neat.
Yes, the actual really working bolter. Hey, Jay, Nick, can I borrow this for a minute?
Yeah,
go
I don't
for
see
it.
why not.
Oh, thank you. Now, with that, I'm gonna get out of here.
Oh, I think.
And there we have it, folks. One of the best things that's ever happened, I would say.
It's becoming a routine on these call-in streams.
It really is. It really is, and it's God. Chicky Nugs is quite the character. Amazing stuff, and closes us out for this stream. Jeez, a little bit speechless on that one. Amazing. Good old that. A game show. And every every single stream, it's more and more and more.
Yep.
So that's going to be the hard one to top. I can tell you that much. All right. Well,
I want to go to bed.
I want to go to bed as well. We had a bunch of videos this week, and make sure you go check out those videos. We do these live call-in streams every first Saturday of the month, so you can join in again. Although, if you want to talk to us like this more often, join the Patreon.
Yeah, every Friday we just have a hobby hangout.
Exactly. So join us on there. And we'll be back with another live stream at 9 p.m. Central on Monday.
Yes, we will.
Join us for that.
All right, everybody. Thanks for being here, and good night.
Good night.